Hello, good morning. Welcome to YouGarden. Welcome you. Thank you so much. How are you? This is Rebecca. You know Bex. You know her.
Good morning.
But you don't know me. So let me introduce myself. I'm Tim Britton. I'm going to be with you for this morning show with YouGarden. I am joined by the wonderful Bex, who's going to talk us through. And I was actually discussing gardening right up until I was told that we're going live because I've got so many questions for myself for my own garden. But thank you so much for allowing me to come on and to be here this morning. And thank you for joining us. And thank you for your wonderful custom as well. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here on Thursday morning. And we are going to be live all the way through from now until about 1 o'clock today as well. So I hope you can stay with us for the whole time. And if you've got any questions, make sure you start those questions coming through. So you're going to email us at ygtv@yougarden.com.
That's the one.
That's it, ygtv@yougarden.com. Send your emails through, send your questions through. But I've got a specific favour. Now, this is my first time here. This is my first time with you. And I want to see your gardens because apparently they're all pretty good at emailing their garden pictures.
We have a lovely audience here. We get new viewers all the time, but we've got a lovely core audience who join us every single week. Apologies, we weren't here yesterday. We are here today, and I hope you're tuning in.
We are.
But we do love it when they send us their pictures, and they're very giving. They do let us spy into their gardens.
And I want to see your gardens because obviously I've been watching YouGarden, but I want to see your gardens right now. So I want you to send me pictures, as many pictures as you can, as to what your gardens look like. But also, I want to see the holes in your garden. And that sounds a bit odd, but I want to see the bit of your garden that needs filling, that needs sorting out, the gaps. Because if you've got those gaps, we're going to try and solve that now today. That's the plan, okay?
Yes.
So I've got a few gaps, so that's one of the things I'm going to be asking about. But if you've got gaps, send us them through. Now, if you are just joining us for the first time and you've never seen YouGarden before, you might be wondering, what is this and how does it all work? You can see there's an offer code on your screen, okay, over there. That is the magic code that you're going to need.
It is.
Because you put that code in, regardless of what it is you're going to buy, you put that code in and it opens up everything else. It opens up a cacophony, a wonderful load of goodies, of maybe buy one, get one frees, of little bits off, of maybe freebie bits that come your way. So YGTV 2624, you put that code in, that is going to entitle you to, I've got a packet somewhere.
It's right in front of the board there.
It's hiding.
It's a free gift, and this is a pack of our Ultimate Rose Bloom Booster. So this is going to be absolutely fantastic if you've got roses, and we have an amazing deal coming up for the roses. But it's not just for roses.
So we can use this all over the garden.
Yeah, totally. Okay. It doesn't matter. I mean, great if you've got roses because it contains specific ingredients that are really going to help your roses to bloom. But it's still got all of the trace elements, all of those ingredients that are needed for all of the plants in your garden to thrive and to bloom. And it is absolutely free with every single order. So you can actually get multiples of these if you place more than one order.
Bex was talking to me about this too. We've got some cunning ways in which you can get more of these into your basket as well. So this comes with you, but you need to put that code in, and that then is going to open up a whole host of other wonderful offers for you as well. Now, if you were to spend over £40 with us here this morning, you get free postage, free delivery. If you spend over £40, everything that wings its way to you is going to be absolutely free. Now, if you are, like me, and like many of us, we live on a budget.
Oh, yeah.
Can't afford it all the time. Or maybe you're going, do you know what? I don't need a lot. Don't worry. You're only going to pay one postage anyway. So if you order a couple of items, but it doesn't quite get you to the £40, you will only pay one postage anyway. So it's kind of like a little bit something back to you. And the most expensive postage you're going to get on our show today is £6.99.
That's it.
Okay, that's it. So that's the biggest postage you're going to pay if you need to get a couple of bits. So that's all really good news so far. Okay, so free P&P on orders over £40, or it's going to be capped up at £6.99. Quick question. If I was to buy some compost, now let's say I never go and buy just one bag of compost because there's just no point for that.
Nope.
So if I bought 2 bags?
Yeah,
5 bags?
Yeah, it depends how much gardening you've got to do, really. So our compost is 100 litres, comes in 2 50-litre bags. So one order is 2 of those bags.
2 bags.
Now, there is no postage attached with the compost, so there's no postage to pay here. So this is the clever thing to do. If you want to get multiples of your free gift, place however many orders of that you need in separate orders. So let's say I want 300 litres.
Oh, I see what you're doing here.
I'm going to place that in 3 separate orders because there's no postage, it costs me nothing extra. But what happens then is every one of those orders gets a bag of the free gift. So I'm going to get 3 bags of that just by doing that in 3 separate orders. And we have to send those separately anyway because couriers have weight limits, not weight lifts.
They might have weight limits.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Weight limits. So they come to you separately. You'll get 3 of those gifts.
So, one other final thing, well, there's a couple other final things actually, but one of the major things that we need to let you know about is the club, because when you were to buy anything here, we have a price for it, and we have amazing prices for them. However, if you were to join the club, you get a discounted price. So you can see here that your compost was around £24 and some pennies, right? If you were to join the club, it goes down in price because you get 10% off every plant and accessory order. Now, the best thing about this is if you join the subscription, so the annual yearly subscription, it'll automatically renew this time next year. It's £5. It's a fiver. And if I'm right in saying, it'll always be a fiver.
Always be a fiver, yeah. So as long as you don't let your membership lapse.
Yes.
If we ever put the price of the club up, if we say put it up to 50 quid, you won't pay that 50
still
quid.
Still a fiver.
You will still only ever pay that £5. Very unlike a lot of other subscriptions that you might pay for, you know, phones and things like that. You pay one price 1 year, they hook you in, and then next year they put that price up, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
We are not going to do that to you. This is why we recommend people going for that auto renewal. Because let's face it, if you're a gardener, you're a gardener. You're always going to want to buy plants.
But at £5, you do that today, you save 10% off. If you order, I mean, this is going to work for you.
And you can save it today as well. It starts straight away. So you don't have to wait. You can do it on your first order.
Instantaneous, okay? So you are going to get that discount. So just go for the £5. Make sure you add that in. But also you can see £20 off YouGarden vouchers throughout the course of the year. Great, that's money back to you. We are helping you let your pounds and pennies go that little bit further because our gardens, I view our garden as it's the extra room in our home.
It is, and it absolutely should be.
Space.
I think we learnt it, if we didn't know it before, we learnt it a lot during COVID, didn't we?
Really
during
did.
that year of 2020, we definitely learnt that outside space can be very valuable to us.
What's your favourite time of day in your garden? Do you have a favourite time? Because I love morning.
Okay, well
morning
that is a big thing for me, yes. I definitely I'm a morning and evening, definitely. That's where I enjoy my garden. I love going out and working in it during the daytime.
Yep.
But that's the morning, I go out with my cup of coffee, have a little wander around, talk to everything, shake my tomato plants, you know, have a little wander.
Shake your tomato plants?
Yeah, haven't you heard? They're in my conservatory, admittedly. Give them a little shake.
Yeah.
It's supposed to replicate natural breeze outside, and basically it helps you get more tomatoes, apparently. Do you do it with your tomato plants? Shake your tomatoes.
Give them a little
shake. So
you're
first thing in the morning, but also late in the evening as well. I love those times of day when I'm out there doing my watering.
So bear with me, because I will get very excited throughout the course of this show.
And we will start talking about plants soon, I promise.
We will start talking about, I'm coming right now. Okay, so that's all of the information except for how you're going to order. www.yougarden.com. That's where you can go to place your orders. You can use the phone lines as well if you want to. I think it's going to be quicker and easier if you go onto the website to place your orders, if I'm honest. So that's the way I would go for it. Covered it all?
You've covered it all.
No,
You've done.
You can message us on Facebook as well if you wanted to. But if you want to email, send your emails through to that's the best way to get your pictures through to us.
Yeah, definitely. Pictures on the email, ygtv@yougarden.com. I've got the iPad. Look, we can see ourselves on here as well. It's a bit weird. But I can also see the chat.
I like looking at myself.
We can also see the chat on YouTube, so we can see who's saying hello to us. So Elaine is saying good morning to us.
Good morning, Elaine.
Elaine's she tunes in all the time. I mean, these are all the regulars here. Karen, good morning. Olwyn, good morning.
Good morning, Karen.
Is Neil in yet? Yes, Neil's saying good morning as well.
Neil.
Neil tends to tune in and out. Elaine, you need to check. Apparently, Elaine's saying when you order the compost and put the code in, you get the free gift, but it's showing up at 6.99p. And that is not right, Elaine. So thank you for letting us know. Do not check out with that. We will get that fixed. Stu's going to look at that straight away.
He's on it.
He knows what does that. He's going to fix it, he says. It's all good.
It. That's the good thing with Stu in that captain's chair, isn't it? It sorts everything.
Right. Stu was here on Sunday, wasn't he? Did you enjoy the show? Was that Sunday? Stu was.
He said to me, he told me, I bet he loved it.
I bet he loved it as well. Did you enjoy it? I haven't. I'm going to go back and watch it. I haven't had time to, but I'm going to go back and watch it.
So I've been really lucky. So I've been able to walk around the nursery this morning. I got a little view of it, and I got to go and see the roses, which I adored and I love because I love roses. I have a few. I've got some pictures of my garden that I'm going to show you as well. We're going to talk through that. But can we start with the roses?
Yes,
are we allowed
absolutely.
to? Because we have got not one, not two, not five. We've got 8 different roses.
I think we've got 9, haven't we? 1, 2,
roses.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got 9 roses. Some climbing, some bush, some hybrid tea.
Okay.
There's lots of choice here, but there's an even special deal on it.
Okay, right, let's go and see this special one first of all, because we're going to start with what we call oranges and lemons.
Yeah.
Or it actually has probably a more fancy name.
No, it is oranges and lemons.
Oh, does it? I always get worried because I'm not great with pronouncing some of the names.
Don't worry about that. We're not fussy in the shed.
Thank you.
We're really
I
not
appreciate
fussy.
it. I love the potting shed as well, by the way.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Reminds me of me when I was a kid. Right, so what have we got? Brand new deal.
Yeah.
This is on all the roses?
All the roses that we have brought into the potting shed. So 9 different ones to choose from. It is a buy one, get one free, but that is a mix and match. So you don't have to get 2 of the same rose. You can go for any 2.
But could we get 2 of the same if we wanted to?
If you want to get 2 of the same,
Okay.
you absolutely can. And I think that's potentially a great suggestion if you're going for one of the climbing ones. We've got 3 climbing ones.
Yeah.
Because if you've got an archway for them to climb up, maybe plant 1 on either side and then they will climb up and meet in the middle.
Oh, we saw a picture of that earlier.
We'll show that.
Oh,
Lisa, you
so
sent a picture.
good.
It is beautiful. We will bring that up, Lisa, if you're watching.
Yeah.
So yes, you can go for 2 of the same if you want to, or you can mix and match. You can get 2 different ones. The point is, though, you're definitely going to get one of those for free. So put both of them in your basket. You do put both in your basket. Of course you do. Put both in your basket. Enter the code YGTV2624 because that's how you access the deals and the savings.
Okay, so here's your basket, just to give you a little show. So you can see your free items at the top there already. Stuart's put 2 roses in. What have you gone for? He's gone for Lady Marmalade. I always want to sing the song. Oranges and lemons. And you can see oranges and lemons has gone for free. Now, can I point out something else, though? So you're saving £29.99, but it's £29.99 for 1 rose. Okay, normally, right? Now we're going to get buy one, get one free, but I'm just going to address the 1 rose price for a second.
Yeah.
Because I was in a garden centre the other day looking for a climbing rose and a couple of roses to go in pots.
Okay.
Now they weren't good. They were poor. They looked very sad. There wasn't a lot of growth on them, and I was like, okay, if this is what they've got. They were $39.99 or $32.99, depending upon which kind of one or slight sizes. But all of those prices higher than we've got here for just 1. But you're going to be getting 2. So if you wanted the oranges and lemons, it's 530737. That's the item number you want. Or go onto the website, just click and add it into your basket. £24.99, or at the club price of $22.49.
Yeah, so it's £12.50 a rose, or even less than that if you're in the club, which is incredible when you're talking about the kind of quality of roses that we bring you here at YouGarden.
Because this is the size of rose that we're potentially going to be getting, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we've brought out for you is very indicative of what is on the nursery right now. You were out there. We did a little clip of video this morning. Go onto Facebook if you want to have a little look at that, because Stu posted it for us. Literally, we're wearing the same clothes. You'll be able to tell. I think you changed your shirt.
Changed. I was wearing my Elton John.
I was wearing this, so you can tell it's from this morning. There is a beautiful selection out there, and this is an example of what you're going to get. So we've got 2 of the oranges and lemons here. This one is in bloom. The blooms are open. That's why we've brought this one in. The other one here has got 1, 2, 3 buds on it. Loads of luscious, healthy growth included on here. I absolutely adore this particular variety. It's very dazzling, isn't it? It's a bit of a special treat, this one. It's a floribunda, so that means that you get clusters of roses. You can see that on these ones here. Yeah. You can see 1 open, and you can see 2, 3, 4 around the ones that are open. Okay. If I twist that one, look, there's 2 buds around the back there. So that's what the floribunda is.
So you get that nice kind of like bulb, huge big ball of colour.
So a hybrid tea would be 1 rose at the end of a long stem, like a Valentine's rose.
Okay.
Floribunda is this cluster that you get, and that's what we're getting here. But you've got these gorgeous colours here, and this is fantastic. It was actually caused by something called the jumping gene. It used to be a problem, actually.
Really?
But now they've been bred specifically to include this jumping gene so that we get this delightful match of colours.
I'm fascinated by them. I could stare at them for hours because I just think, how is nature able to create such beauty just from pulling sunlight, a bit of feed, And it just makes this absolute wonder. And so if you're looking for some real vibrancy in colours, this is definitely something.
They definitely stand out. In fact, I know we've had some pictures of these in the past, so anybody that's got these, do send us some of your pictures of these. I know that some of our customers already have these, and I'd love to see them in your gardens. These are incredibly stand out when you see them. I mean, I think roses are just stunningly beautiful anyway. Let's have a sniff, because I haven't... do you know what? I haven't had a smell of this one. Oh, that's quite a... It's a soft scent, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a subtle scented rose. It's not the most powerful one, but it does have a nice scent to it.
Does have, it's not overly... It's not like a really, really sweet...
Not a sweet rose, is it? It's a bit more citrusy.
Yeah, nice and... Yeah, citrusy.
Funny that, oranges and lemons.
It's like nature knew.
Maybe that was on purpose, who knows? But this is one of the bush roses that we've got. So we're talking maybe 3 feet in height, ultimately, a couple of feet spread. So you can plant these out into beds and borders, but you can also keep roses in pots as well. I've got 2 planted in 2. I think they're both in the heavy-duty pots. They're in heavy-duty pots, our black heavy-duty pots. And they're doing absolutely wonderfully out there. So it's up to you what you want to do with these.
Any kind of particular soil types or anything like that?
No. Well, this is the beautiful thing about roses. Actually, they really aren't fussy.
Just go for it.
I mean, our premium professional compost, they're going to live a very happy life in there for sure, and it's very nutrient rich and all the rest of it, so they will live a happy life. But actually, roses can live in quite poor quality soil as well. They're not overly fussy.
Brilliant. Okay, oranges and lemons, that's the first of our 9 roses that we've got. These are buy one, get one free on all of the roses that we have. So if you wanted to go for one of the oranges and lemons, or if you wanted to go for, we've got the Dublin Bay. If you wanted to go for the Dublin Bay, or if you wanted to go for the Handel, you could go for the Handel. It was the Handel a composer.
Yeah, back to the composer.
Well, there you go. But you can mix and match. Or, if you wanted to, we're going to go all the way down here, going to the other one. If you wanted to go for 2 of the same, you can. It's completely up to you. But we've got such a variety. Why would you not want to kind of play around and mix and match? Because, like I said, if you've got holes in the garden, these would be a good option to go for. I've got some pots I need filling. And I've said I'm looking for a couple of... I love roses. So we're going to look at the Lady Marmalade rose next.
Marmalade.
Marmalade?
No, it does make you want to sing the song, doesn't it? Lady Marmalade. Yes.
I had marmalade this morning, mate. It's a sign.
Oh, did you? Love Lady Marmalade. Check out the gorgeous colour that you're going to get on the roses on this one. I mean, this one's in bud. I can see a few buds on the bush that we're looking at here, but that is the kind of colour that you're going to get from this particular one. It's a beautiful sort of, I don't want to say just pink, it's a lovely peach tone to it as well.
I think it kind of changes as the rose starts to open, and that's the thing I've really been loving, is that as those buds start to bloom, it's like the colour almost lightens, so it's darker to start with.
I love them.
I think they're so pretty.
I do, absolutely. They do want to be in a sunny position. You know, roses do need a decent amount of sun. We're talking 6 hours minimum, really, during the daytime, in order for them to give you all of those blooms. But they're all bred with good disease resistance. You know, they are, they're tough, they're resilient, they're actually incredibly easy to look after. I used to avoid roses because I thought that they were tricky. Loads of you will know, my first rose I planted was an Arthur Bell, and I absolutely adore Arthur Bell. It's a beautiful yellow one. But now I've gone from 1 to about 9 different roses in my garden because they're so simple to look after. And because they've got incredible disease resistance as well, it does make it that little bit more simple. Poor soil, as I say, not an issue, but just very, very beautiful. And this one has actually quite a strong scent to it. So this one, if you're looking for a gorgeously scented rose, then Lady Marmalade is probably a good one.
Nice perfume. And I think that's a nice thing around the garden as well, a perfume. Maybe if you've got like a nice area to sit in the garden, I like to have things, I try to do that now, and that's where pots are great, because if you have a garden space where you move things about, move them around so you can get that kind of, that beautiful scent. Put it by your patio door so as the gentle breeze just wafts that fragrance into your lounge or your conservatory or something like that. 530749 is your item number for the Lady Marmalade if you wanted to go for it. £24.99 or the discount price of $22.49. Don't forget, if you are new with us, you need to enter that code that you see on your screen, the YGTV2624. That's going to unlock all of these deals available for you, and it's going to give you your free gift of your ultimate rose bloom, okay? £11.25 that rose would work out if you went for the 2, if you were in the club. 11.20. I challenge you to buy a coffee and a sandwich at 11.25.
I know, right? Yeah, definitely.
And that's going to be with you for years to go. Moving on though, because like we said, we've got so many different types that I want you to see, because you need to be able to choose and pick which ones you want to go for. So this is the Iceberg.
Oh, hang on, I need to get my nose in. Oh.
I've got. See?
No, that one's not a nostril feast, Stu, but that is a light scent on that one. So not.
A night scent or a light scent?
That was a light scent.
Light scent. I was like, what's a night scent? It's a night rose, that.
It's a night rose. No, it's a light scent on that one, but it is beautifully white, isn't it? It's got that gorgeous, and I've really turned on to white colours in the garden, white flowers in the garden. I used to go for all the bright, zingy colours, but actually white is so very standout, and I think incredibly classy as well. It's just beautiful. It's a floribunda. It has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit as well. You do get these pure white against the sort of lovely dark glossy green foliage. Sometimes they can have a blush of pink to them as well, but mostly they're going to be this beautiful pure white colour.
Okay.
They're from Harkness, which is a world-renowned breeder. They're award-winning. They've been in business for over 140 years, won 25 gold medals, I think it is, at Chelsea Flower Show. And they put all of their roses through such robust trials in order for them to be disease resistant. It takes them a good 7 or 8, even more years in order to test and breed roses. And what they do is they put them in areas where there is absolutely no outside influence on disease. And then they will keep going, and obviously loads of them will die off. There'll be thousands of them planted, loads of them will die off. And then they'll do it again the next year with the ones that survive, and then next year with the ones that survive, and they whittle it down basically to the strongest, healthiest ones. And it's only those ones that will then be released.
It really is survival of the fittest, isn't it?
Totally.
That brings a whole new meaning to dedication to your cause. And that's what you kind of get, this kind of trust and security, I suppose, in the plants that you've got. Peter McDermott here in the nurseries, and I've known Peter for a number of years, and I've had various different plants in various different houses that I've lived in and have grown things from, and all have been brilliant and have flourished. So you get that security not only from the individual growers, but from here as well. So if you wanted to go for your Iceberg, it's going to be 530179. That's your item number if you wanted to do for that one. So which ones are you going to go for? Buy one, get one free. Mix and match, 2 of the same? Let us know. Put it in the comments. Which ones are you going to buy? What ones are you going to be adding into your garden? If you've got any questions, send your questions through. And if you've got any pictures of your garden, if you've already maybe got a rose that's of this variety, show us. I'd love to see it. I really would love to see it. It's that thing, as you start to get a little bit older, you really start to find peace and tranquility with my garden. I really, really do. Like this morning, sat out there in my coffee and I was looking at my roses, and I'll show you pictures later on. Right, let's move on. So we're going to go to the Wellbeing rose.
Yes, beautiful Wellbeing rose. This is a lovely kind of yellow tone that we've got to the rose here. It's another floribunda. Check out the buds there, look. Look at that one. That's about, we've got one big one in the centre, and we've got 3 around, in fact 4. There's another one right at the back here. There's so many buds.
Down there, look, 5.
Look, there's loads of them. They're just waiting to burst open for you. Normal flowering time for most roses is anywhere between sort of May and into October. This is a gorgeous, as I say, floribunda. It will be remontant, which is a repeat flowering rose. So you'll get those lovely repeat flowers all the way through to October. And as I say, super easy to look after. A strong scent on this one. You get this lovely strong aroma from here. They're very picturesque. I love the way that these colours come through as well, because it actually has a slightly pink outer to it, and then it just sort of evolves into shades of yellow through to the centre. Loads of petals in there as well.
I really struggled to find any kind of yellow this time when I was looking. Like when I've been in the garden centres recently, I couldn't find yellows.
Couldn't find them?
No, it might just be where I am, but I went to 4 different garden centres.
Stop going to the garden centre, Tim.
Stupid.
Stop going to the garden centre. You need to be here.
Well, now I know.
Now you know. Now you need to join our club. Get your discount.
I already did that.
You did it already, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
already done that one. But this is the thing, like, why would you not want to be in the club as well? Because you get 10% off your purchases, and that's straight away. So if you join the club today, you'll get 10% off. So you can ignore the $24.99 price. You'll be paying the yellow price, the $22.49. That's if you're buying one. Don't do that, because you're going to get one free. So you need to pick another one to go. And look, even if you're going to say, Tim, I don't need two, give one away.
Oh, I love that idea.
Instead of giving flower, I've stopped giving flowers.
Yeah.
Now I give plants.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I would much rather give you a rose bush and you to be able to have continuous roses rather than just give you some roses.
For decades as well. These, roses will last for decades. They are so ridiculously long-lived perennial plants and super easy to look after. And, for £12.50, which is probably half the price that you would pay for a bunch of flowers anyway, that is an incredibly thoughtful and long-lasting gift. I want to tell you a little secret about the club as well.
Do it. Go for it. I love a secret.
It's a little secret that the head gardener, Peter McDermott, let me in on last week, because he was in the shed last week and he did a little show. You can watch it back on YouTube and on Facebook if you want.
This is like unknown.
So the £20 worth of YouGarden vouchers, normally what we say is that it breaks down to £5 every 3 months.
Yeah.
So it's still £20 over the year, but it says you can spend it every 3 months.
Yeah.
What Peter McDermott told me is, you don't have to do that. You can actually apply more than one at one time.
It's a bit cheeky, isn't it? I like that.
So you don't have to wait all 12 months. I think Stu's saying you could probably only use one per order. You can still only use one per order, but you can use them all within a 3-month period.
This is all about getting clever and getting savvy with your shopping. Because if you went, I'll do some compost in this one with that voucher, and then I'm going to buy my rose with it. It's all there for you. If
you've got a voucher that you don't think is going to become active for another, month, just try it in your basket today and see if it works, because that's what the head gardener told me last week.
Do it right now. Let me know. Let us know. That's the whole beauty about being interactive. Send it through, let us know. How's it going? So, picking across, where have we done?
We're done with Wellbeing. We're going to come on to Rhapsody in blue next.
That makes me want to sing as well.
It's not quite blue, though, which frustrates me a little bit, because it's a bit more purpley pink than it is blue. Let me just move that out the way so that you can see. Look at the colour of that, though.
See, I think that's very unique. I think there's something very special about that, because, that's a real striking statement.
I think there's one planted just on the way to the nursery here, and
really?
I'm pretty sure it's this one. Stu's saying that bend. Yes, that's the one. Stu, I'm pretty sure it's this one, and I tell you, that is absolutely standout and beautiful. When that is in full bloom, that colour is incredible. And then when the petals open up and it exposes that yellow centre, that combination of the dark and it's not like it kind of has a dusky kind of patina to it, you know. So it creates shades of purple on it as well, and then that bright yellow centre in there. It's beautiful, I promise you. Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, so proven performer. Rose of the Year winner in 2003 as well, so it's a multi-award winning plant. It's a shrub rose. You get these lovely large sort of semi-double flowers on there, rich green foliage. A lovely fragrance as well. We sort of say light, medium or strong. I'm going to put this into the medium category of fragrance here. But definitely quite a unique one, this. I don't think you see that colour of rose very often. Or no. I certainly don't.
No, I agree. I don't think you do. So I would say if you're having or looking for a statement, something to stand out a little bit, that's definitely a good one to go for. It's
a great one, I think, yeah. And look at the size that we're going to be, sending out.
That's a really, really established rose that you've got there.
It's very nicely established, absolutely. They're very well cared for. We have expert growers, we have people here on site every day of the week, particularly during the summer months, and particularly now we're into the heat and everything.
A hive of activity this morning, I tell you, people buzzing all over the place. And I'll say this as well. I'm lucky that I've been to quite a fair few nurseries and big nurseries, and not just nurseries that the public could get access to.
No, because Tim, you were telling me you've actually worked as a landscape gardener with your dad, right?
Yeah, so I have been on and off a landscape gardener for 25 years.
Yeah.
I started when I was 15, well, probably a bit younger than 15 years old, doing some stuff for my dad.
Bit of child labour, why not?
And then as soon as I was probably about 20, I properly worked with my dad. I've lost track of the amount of patios, ponds, beds and borders, raised beds that I've built and made. And we were lucky that we got to go and explore nurseries and to pick out plants for customers and to be able to, and that's what my dad loves.
Yeah.
He loves being able to go shopping for plants and string things together. So of course, whenever I've just redone part of my garden, that meant we had to get some plants. And my dad, again, that's why we went to 4 different places, because he loved it and he loved the opportunity of going around and seeing things. But he would love things that stand out. I mean, we actually have one of my dad's favourite flowers of all time, which I remember from when I was a child on the show as well. He's mad about fuchsias. He absolutely loves them. But he loves things that stand out.
Yeah.
Loves something that's a bit special and
a bit different.
I don't think you'll see this in everyone's gardens.
I really don't, honestly. I do not see this colour very often at all as far as roses are concerned, so I definitely think this one's a bit standout. I think it's a great idea as well to buy roses for a specific reason, not just to fill a gap in your border, but these are great, aren't they, for sort of, maybe it's memorial reasons, maybe you've lost somebody special.
Yeah,
I do like the idea of that, or maybe it's the birth of a child, you know, a celebration. Maybe it's somebody's wedding, you're going to buy them a rose because they're going to have that in their garden for their entire lives.
We've done it, my godson, we bought him a tree, an olive tree for when it was his christening, and we were saying it wasn't an olive tree. Sorry, that's a complete lie. It was an oak, because we said out of tiny acorns grow huge oak trees, and we bought him an oak tree. And my wife's father-in-law, who unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago, and his favourite was salmon pink rose, and we bought a beautiful rose, which is, I'll show you the pictures. It is. Poof, it's blooming up. It's not quite where we want it to be yet, but it is really blooming up and it looks fantastic. And we've done that as well, so it's really good. I'm being told that we need to move on. Yes. So 530182 is your item number for the Rhapsody in blue, if you wanted to go for it. Again, $22.49 if you're in the club, $24.99 if you're not. Buy one, get one free. Pick and choose which ones you want to go for. But we are going to the chat.
We're going to go to the chat. Let me grab the iPad, because I've left it over here.
Oh, she's grabbing the tab.
I'm grabbing the iPad. I've got it. Oh, there's so much going on in the chat.
If you are tuning in, thank you so much for joining us. If you're wondering who I am, because you haven't seen, you've only just clocked in, I'm Tim Britton. I'm going to be here for this show today. Hopefully I get to come back to the potting shed at some other point. It's lovely to be here. I love learning. I love seeing your gardens. So I've asked you to send in pictures of your gardens, ask questions as well. And also, if you've got any gaps or holes in your gardens that you need filling and you're wondering, what can I put in here? We're going to try and solve those problems. Well, I say we, that's the royal we. I'll give some suggestion, but Bex will tell me whether that's right or wrong.
Right, so, Stu's going to tell me what's going on Facebook at the moment. We're saying good morning to Roger.
Good morning, Roger. Alison, Alison's already spotted another deal. Alison, you're savvy. She's spotted another deal, something special that's coming up.
Yeah, it's the Oleander.
It's the white oleanders that we've got coming up. And is that a 2-for-1?
Oh, it's a double-up deal, but it's the best double-up deal. So it's a half price on one. They're normally $29.99, so you can get one for $14.99, or if you double up, it's $19.99, so they work out at £10 each.
Honestly, and oleanders, you try and find those in other places, because for years you could not find them in this country at all for a whole host of reasons. But if you want them, we've got the white ones here for you.
We have indeed. Who's that?
Tracy and Angela. Oh, they're loving it. It's Tracy and Angela saying they love their roses that they got from YouGarden. Which ones did you get, Tracy and Angela? And also Philip from Hastings. Hi, Philip. I've a brand new panto coming to Hastings this year, by the way.
Hey!
Inside tips for you.
Very nice. Going to be in it?
I'm not going to be in that one, but I will probably be putting the setup for it.
Nice. All right, so Karen is looking for a climber to add to the collection. We are coming on to it. We've done all the bush roses, so we're coming on to the climbers. We will get there. William says, was Tim from that other shopping channel?
Probably.
Yeah,
I've been on a few. But yes, I was from that one as well. So you might have seen me there. You might have even seen me with YouGarden.
We've worked with Tim for many years, so yes, yes he is. Olwyn, I know you're waiting for some orders. Olwyn, please get in touch with customer services. If you are waiting, do let them know. They will chase it up for you, I promise. So please give them a call and just say, these are my orders, when am I going to get them? It's usually that there's maybe an item on pre-order that they're waiting for, but if you think that you should have received those by now, do chase it up with them, please. I don't like to leave you waiting. Right, so Olwyn's saying something, thank you to Karen, and then she's saying, daughter and family taking me out for a birthday meal on Saturday, looking forward to it. So very happy birthday to you for Saturday, Olwyn. Everyone's saying good morning to each other. Look, they all say good morning to each other. This is what I love about this, because we've got this lovely little community here.
But that's what we want, community, sharing tips and also making friends, you know. Hey, here's a crazy idea. You should all message each other and you should do like a big round trip and you should all start looking at each other's gardens and have like little garden tea parties or barbecues and things like that. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Oh, I empty all tea bags in a container and spread them between roses every week.
Oh, OK.
This is what... So Adam's been advising us something there, and that's what Olwyn was replying.
I have heard about people using, like, coffee on certain things, but I thought coffee grounds as well can only go with certain plants or soils. I'm not quite sure on that. Maybe
I know
someone
coffee
else
grounds
knows
around
more.
rhododendrons apparently is a good tip. Let us and olives as well. And let us know. Let us know what your tips are. Is Sean on his holiday? Somebody's asking. He's back very soon.
Yeah, of course he is.
He's having a little break, but yes, he'll be back very soon. In fact, I think he's back. Is it next week, Stu? I think it's Sunday next week he'll be back. So yes, he'll be back very, very soon. And will there be any standard oleander on soon? Karen, we will check that for you. I know we had some, but I know they've been selling very, very well. So they're definitely on the website if you want to have a look for them on there. But as far as on the YGTV show, not sure, but we will ask. We'll see if there's any. So that's it from the chat, but we do have loads of emails as well. Shall I come back to those, Stu, or shall we...
Oh, great.
Let's do a couple. Oh, there's Tim's.
That's me.
Should we do Tim's garden? Why not? Let's have a little look at Tim's garden.
Yeah, OK, so this is a wide picture of the garden. There's one of my little dogs, Gizmo. So wide picture of it because I changed from a lawn that was there because the lawn got absolutely annihilated by an infestation of crane fly. Brand new lawn was there. Anyway, it's not going to that. But this is my garden now, so I've got a lot more space for some more pots to go into, but I'm going to start sort of having a look at all different bits and bobs. That's one of the roses that we got, which is a multicoloured variety. It doesn't have a lot of perfume, that one, but it is really nice and pretty.
I see a fatsia in the corner.
You see that's a huge bad boy.
Love a fatsia.
It's been cut back quite harshly, but he's been there. And that rose you can just see down there.
That one there.
That one there. That is the pink rose that we grew for my wife's dad.
Lovely. And those are the pots on the shed there that you want tips of what to put in them.
I want tips of what to put in them. So I've got 2 pots that are about, I'm going to say, probably about 9 centimetres across. I measured it in a very man way just by putting my hand across the pot, and then I've got some slightly smaller ones as well. So I've got 4 of those that I want to fill up with something. So I want some ideas from everyone as to what I should try to fill them up with.
All right, well, I've got some suggestions, but I'm going to leave it to our wonderful viewers. If you've got any suggestions for Tim of what he should put in there, then do message us and we'll have a little see about what we're going to put in there. Any ones I should definitely go to, Stu? Oh, I'm going to go to Grimmy. He sent a picture with and it says rose.
Rose.
So I'm going straight to that.
Oh, love that.
Look at that beautiful rose. Wow, it's a yellow standard by the looks of it.
Look at all the blooms on that, though.
That is looking amazing, Grimmy.
Beautiful.
Very, very nice. Thank you. We did ask for pictures of roses. We're getting pictures of roses.
Love the yellow as well. I'm really into that at the minute. I want a yellow.
Oh, Adam.
Ooh. Look at that. If you could say, oh, can you send me a wow? if you could say, send me a picture of a beautiful rose. Oh.
Aren't they pretty?
That is...
Look at that glossy foliage as well. This is what I love about roses, because you get the beautiful blooms, but then that glossy foliage really does make it stand out.
Such a contrast. Those colours really pop, don't they? That is absolutely spectacular.
Hey, Bex and Co. From Dingo. More lilies and other plants popping. Oh, yeah, wow. we've been on lily watch with Dingo, because check out how many lilies he's got planted. They are starting to pop open, aren't they?
I had some lilies, had them in in a pot.
Yeah.
Now, I had them in a pot for about 3 years. Now, I was bad. I dealt with the tops of the lilies, cut them back, but then just left the bulbs in the soil, and they just kept coming kept coming. But then they have got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So I am going to get some new lily bulbs and get some new ones planted up. But that is impressive.
It is very impressive. And also, he sent us his pictures of his planters. He's bought these from QVC.
Oh, nice.
So these are the lovely sort of tower planters from QVC. And what he's done is now planted these up. He's got, is that Calabrico or Petunia? I love those lilies
are they the
as well.
skyscraper lilies, or are they regulars?
I think they might be regular lilies, but they're lovely, aren't they? So one of them planted up there, and the other one planted up there. That's looking really beautiful. A really nice pairing either side of the door there.
Lovely.
So looking really pretty. We've got loads more emails, so I will.
Oh, thank you so much for sending emails in. I really appreciate that. That's lovely. And thank you for welcoming me into your little community for the day. I really appreciate it.
So I think this is the Acacelliana, the pineapple guava. So this was from Dave, I think it was. Hang on. Yeah, it was Dave. I'm coming off it just to check. Yes, Dave has sent us a picture of his Acacelliana. I love saying that name. Oh, some beautiful lilies there. I love that shade of pink. They are gorgeous, aren't they?
I love lilies. I love lilies. I think they're possibly one of my favourite flowers of all time.
Now, I need to scroll back and find Lisa. Lisa, I really hope that you are watching right now. She's just down the road from us in Spalding. She sent this picture at the weekend. This is the New Dawn rose. This is the one that we're looking onto now. Look at that. So she's got 2 New Dawn roses, and they're going up each side of that archway to meet in the middle. Look at that pathway of lavender that she's got going down there as well. That is the most picturesque view ever, isn't it? The scent from there.
You could not say more country garden cottage, beautiful picture, beautiful view, and the sound that you must get of all the bees
humming
and just buzzing around there. And if who was asking? Someone was asking about climbing roses. Said I needed to climb
Elaine.
Elaine.
Or Karen.
Karen. Here we go. New Dawn, climbing rose. This is for you. Check it out if you want to create that kind of visual feel.
I know, right? I haven't got a climbing rose yet. But I have got a south-facing garden, which means all I need to do is attach some trellis to the back of my house, and I can train a rose to climb up there.
That's what we did.
And I can't believe I haven't done it yet, but I am going to do it at some point very soon.
We've had to cut the top off it.
Yeah.
Because it was growing so high that we need to kind of slow it down so we can thicken up the bottom growth a little bit.
This is the great thing.
And remarkable how actually simple that was to do. Yeah. Literally just kind of cut down, stump that, and then all of a sudden down the bottom it goes, oh, well, I'll just start down here.
Well, here's a tip. Yeah, that's exactly what happens to it. But here's a lovely tip for you. Rather than letting your climbers, and pretty much any climber I think this works with, rather than letting your climbers just climb straight up, encourage them to meander. So go side and side and side. Try and encourage it. Rather than just going straight up the trellis, try and encourage it to do this. So you can do that. You can tie it in place. What you do is you stress the plant a little bit. We don't want to overly stress the plant, but by stressing it slightly, it thinks it's under pressure, it's under, I've got to throw out more shoots, I've got to throw out more flowers in order to survive. Okay. So what you do by doing that is you restrict the sap, you stress it slightly, and then it'll start throwing out more shoots, which means you get fuller, thicker, bushier plant, which has more flowers on it as well. So this is what I will do when I start my climbing rose. I'm going to try and train it to go and meander up, which means it'll take a little bit longer to cover that area, but you'll reap the rewards.
Okay, I understood. Noted, and will do.
There you go. And this one I think is an absolutely beautiful colour as well, isn't it? You've got a lovely blush pink tone on there. It is just so pretty. It's got a strong fruity rose scent, quite a vigorous grower, grow to about 2.5 metres, and obviously, as we've said, it's very easy to control and trim and keep it under control if you want to.
Really, really beautiful. New Dawn 530185 is the item number if you wanted to go for that one. Don't forget YouGarden.com, the website. It's probably going to be the quickest and easiest place for you to actually do your shopping and place your orders, because I want you to be able to have a look at everything that we actually have available for you, because there is so much on the show.
Yes, we're very much focused on the roses at the moment, but if you're not interested in roses, do stick around, because we do have a lot more coming up for you.
So much, so much coming up. But we wanted to just get through these. Click on the live now. That will just bring you straight through, and you can watch us straight away, and you'll see the show that we've got coming up. You can watch us on YouTube as well. So if there was anything you wanted to back reference, you could do that as well. But look at everything that we've got available. Hydrangeas on there. We've got the climbing roses that we're going through. You've got some evergreens on there. So many things for us.
Yeah.
So have a good look around. See if there's something that you like. And if there's any questions you've got, email the questions through at ygtv@yougarden.com. That's the easiest way to get on us. Or if you're on the Facebook, send us messages and just let us know what you're going to be getting up to today if you're going to buy anything. So next climber.
Yeah, so we've got 3 more roses to show you, and these are the other climbers that we've got going on. So this is the ginger syllabub. I love this one because just check out the petal formation that you can get with this one. It is definitely a petalicious plant. A climber, a floribunda, a repeat flowering rose. You get these large cupped open flowers, so many petals on there. The fragrances, I think this one's going to be what we would call a strong scent, so not in the medium category, slightly stronger scent, and it's got hints of spice and fruit in there as well. These are all established roses. They are so ready for you to plant out, and you've got shades of gorgeous kind of apricot and amber in there that fade to lovely blush pink at the edges.
I think that's beautiful. I mean,
it is gorgeous, isn't it? That one's nice.
It kind of makes me think of like a really vamped up version of a peony.
Yeah. I can see that.
A little bit, just because of the amount of petal that there is in there as well. Kind of like a real textured rose.
Absolutely,
that you've got. Something that, again, you might not have anything like that in your garden. So that's a beautiful one. 531003 if you wanted to go for the ginger syllabub, if you want to add that one in. So don't forget, these are all on a buy one, get one free. So you can mix and match, or you can go for 2 of the same. I'd mix and match if it was me. I'd definitely be picking some up. They're all the same prices. Whether you're in the club or not in the club, be in the club. You get that 10% off. You're going to want to use that, and you use it straight away. So we're now moving on to our Dublin Bay rose. Dublin Bay, very popular one, this, because it's a rich red colour rose. And I think a lot of people, when they think of roses, they do think of red roses. Yeah. It just is what it is. And they are beautiful. They are stunning. I do love a red flower because they're very, very standout. They're quite passionate. They've got, feelings of love and passion to them, haven't they? Really gorgeous, passionate red. It is a beautiful one that is an award winner as well. It's a Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit winner. Excellent fragrance. This is probably somewhere between the medium and strong categories. And of course, it is a repeat flower all summer long. Climbing again to about 2.5 metres, spreading by about 1.5 to 2 metres, but easy to control, if you want to keep it that little bit smaller. You can trim, you can prune. Most of the roses we're bringing you are pretty vigorous. They'll cover a decent area relatively quickly, but for it to get to that 2.5 metres, it's going to take you a couple of years to get to those, basically. Okay, so we've got a question that's come through. This is from Adam. So he says he's had the layered petal formation and then the classic rose look, but on the same plant. Oh. All I'm going to say is I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I know the answer as to whether that is normal or not normal. I'm going to say by Bex's expression she's not sure. I'm definitely not sure, to be honest with you, Adam. I mean, I do love my roses, but I might actually have to ask our head gardener, or Adam Woolcott is going to be here on Sunday, and he actually worked for rose breeders in a previous lifetime, so he might know better. So, Adam, join us again on Sunday, and we'll ask Adam Woolcott and see if he knows that one. Sometimes you do get an anomaly. Sometimes a plant will throw out an anomaly. Look after it, because who knows? That might be an amazing one. That might be the new species that's going to erupt. So hold on to it. Don't let anything happen to it, because you maybe have discovered something brand new. I'll see if I can find out the answer for you. But yeah, come back on Sunday. Adam Woolcott might know the answer for that one for us. Always got someone who's going to know. That's the great thing about YouGarden. There's always going to be one person that you'll be able to get the answers from. There's lots of experts on hand, honestly. There's always somebody we can ask to get the answers. Brilliant. I know some things, but not all of them, I'm afraid. You know loads. I do know loads, just not everything.
I don't think you can ever know everything when it comes to gardening, can you?
Gardening?
Gardening.
Well, definitely
because it's
not
such a big subject. There are thousands and thousands. It's a big one. That's why I love it so much, actually.
That's what's great about the community, though. Yeah. People share their tips. You share ideas, because if you struggle with something, with growing something particular, someone might go, "Oh, do you know what? Try this, and it'll work a charm."
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
Your problem has been solved. So, if you wanted to go for that one, the Dublin Bay, that was there. We're going to move on to our handle. This is our next one that we've got available, which is. And moving from that kind of red to a pink that is a little bit different because it's not a solid colour.
No, I love these.
You've got this kind of, I'm going to call it a kiss of darker pink around the edges of those petals.
I think these are spectacular. They're a bit like...
You're right, it's like a raspberry ripple.
It's like a raspberry ripple. It's a bit like, you know, when we talk about variegation on leaves, like, and yes. how that can be very standout when you get the lovely sort of cream or greener edges. Mm-hmm. That, I think, is exactly what you're getting with the handle here as well, because you get that lovely, almost variegation with the roses, those lovely pink edges, the creamy colours, and then into that lovely yellow centre.
So hang on, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buds already on this one.
I want to have a little smell.
That is...
I'm just going to move that. Oh, that one's a bit more spicy. Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, let's have a little whiff.
A bit more spicy, more than rose scent on that one. It's absolutely gorgeous. Ooh. Definitely a bit of a showstopper, I think, because of that mixture of colours that you're getting in there. Do remember that all of these have been very carefully looked after by our experts here. They've been carefully bred to be disease resistant. They're all winter hardy. These aren't ones that need extra winter protection at all, though I always do try and put a bit of mulch and things around my plants when I plant them out.
I've got to buy that.
Yeah, it's really good.
I have used it, and then I got a bit carried away and got rid of it all by mistake.
Oh.
That was silly. I need to put some more down, though. I need some of that.
So, sorry, it does work. Apologies.
It's fine.
I got distracted by pictures. Adam, your question about the roses. Yes, he sent us 2 pictures showing the difference. So that is what one of them looks like, and that is what the other one looks like. And you can really see the difference between the two. The petal formation is very different. I think it's fascinating. I think it's incredibly interesting. But why it's doing that, I'm not sure. If anyone knows, do let us know. And we will ask some experts as well and see if we can find an answer.
Absolutely beautiful. I love that. I love how nature just throws you a little curveball every once in a while, but you go, that's still absolutely amazing. 530184 is your item number if you wanted to go for your handle rose. Buy one, get one free on all of our roses. But we'll do a quick little review, and we're going to have a little kind of look at everything that we've actually kind of got, that we've been through so far this morning for you as well. So we've got the oranges and lemons, which is 530737 if you wanted to go for that one. This is the first of our roses that we've got. 9 different rose varieties available for you today on the buy one get one free. The next one is going to be our Lady Marmalade. So moving over in the colours, again, this one's got a lot more petals to it. 530749 is your item number for that. All of the roses that you will see will be in 3-litre pots for you as well, so they are really well-established rose, and you will also be getting your free gift of your Ultimate Rose Bloom Booster included with it as well. The Iceberg Rose is the next one that we'll show you. 530179 is your item number for that one. So again, depending upon the colours that you want to go for, we've got such a variety here this morning in the potting shed of colours for you. The next one is a real change, the Rhapsody in blue. Now we say in blue, take that with a pinch of salt, because it's more of a purple. It's more of a, that's quite manly, isn't it? It's a purple. It's not just purple. That's just like saying a rose is a rose. It's not right, is it? But Rhapsody 530182, your item number, real standout, real statement, beautiful colour and depth and vibrancy, and that pop of yellow right there from the stamens. Okay, New Dawn is the... Oh, New Dawn's your favourite. New Dawn is the most popular. 530185 is your item number. I wonder if you are going for... Are you going for a variety, or are people kind of going for a double of the New Dawn? Stu. Buying a pair. Going for a pair. Okay, no problem. Everyone loves a pair. I love a pair. I do love a pair. Especially if they're ripe.
Yeah, I do love a pear.
Sorry, I digress. This is what happens.
I prefer an apple, but I'll eat a pear if that's what's there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love them all. Love fruit.
There you go.
Fruit's great. Fruit came from nature. Fruit trees.
We do a lot of those here as well.
Love fruit trees.
Yeah. You got any?
No.
Maybe that's what you need to add. Perfect in a pot. In fact, the appletini.
Appletini?
Little apples they create.
Beautiful.
And it doesn't get massive as well. That's my tip for you. There you go.
I've grown blueberries.
Yes.
Blueberries.
Get some blueberries grown. We've got pink blueberries. Did you know? It's called pink lemonade.
No.
Yes. Have we still got any of those, Stu? Do you know? We'll have a little look. Yeah, you can't really plant them now, but that would be a great one. Pink blueberries.
Don't care. Pink blueberries. I'd love to eat pink. Do they actually look? Are they actually pink?
They're actually pink. I planted one this year, so I'm hoping to get some next year.
Oh, I'm excited.
Pink
I'm
blueberries.
excited by that.
I know, right? Oh, there's still some in stock.
Ooh, great. Love it.
Great. There we go.
Not anymore. They're coming
There
from
we go.
Come in with me. Pink blueberries. Pink lemonade.
That'd be
Love
great
a pink
in a pot.
lemonade. Anyway, we are going to move away from the roses and we are going garden-ready plants. So we have got a variety for you. We've got some that are coming in kind of packs. Is it packs of 9?
10.
10. Packs of 10. I was going to say 9 would be a bit random, but packs of 10 that we've got coming in a few, and then we've got a couple of different options for you. So, oh, hang on. Stu went very squeaky there. I didn't know you could go that high.
Is that
Stu.
price right, Stu?
Yes. Stu's saying about the price. You can see the price on the screen. Should be £12.99. It's a fiver, bar a penny.
It's a fiver!
It's a fiver.
It's
okay?
£4.50 in the club.
£5, 10 plants, 50p a plant.
Check that out.
What is that?
Check that
Come
out.
on.
Well, it's £4.50 if you're in the club, £4.49 actually if you're
This
in the club.
is
So
madness.
amazing. We do love antirrhinums. These are absolutely gorgeous.
Look at the roots
Check
on
out
that.
the roots on that. That is a definite
word.
rooty beauty. Snapdragons are absolutely amazing, aren't they? These are a sort of smaller dwarf version of the garden favourite. Beautiful double flowers that you get on here. A lovely range of colours as well. You've got a rich red, a peach, a pastel pink, a yellow, a white. Great for edging beds and borders. Wonderful to use in pots as a display all on their own. You can use these as cut flowers as well, which is essentially deadheading. That's going to then encourage more blooms to come through, and they flower for ages as well. So, look at these. There's buds, there's buds, there's buds. They're ready to come on. They're going to flower for you right from the moment you get them all the way through to September into October time. Nice sunny position is what we want to do with those.
Okay, nice sunny position. 410048. If you want to go for your mini butterflies mix, pack of 10 for less than a fiver. £4.50 bar a penny if you're in the club. That's mad. And do you know something else? I'm going to say bad words again. Garden centres. You go there. You see things like this, and they always just look very tired, very sad.
I love going to
battered. I
love going to a garden centre. I really enjoy going around.
Great
and
cake,
looking.
good bit of coffee, nice sandwich, mug of soup.
That's it. That's what I go for. Get some ideas, and then I come back here. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah,
love it. You need a new pair of secateurs.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
I'll go and buy them from there. But then I come here from a plant.
Exactly. Use your noodle. So, if we do want to go for this, so nice sunny spot.
Pack of 10 right there, yeah, nice sunny spot, but they can go in a bunch of different places, reaching about 25 centimetres. They'll spread a bit as well by about 20, 25 centimetres as well. So, you can put these into a big pot all by themselves. You could put all of them into a big pot. That'd be good. I mean, it needs to be a big pot, but if you've got some pots left over, I've got 3 or 4 around the side of the house that I need to put something in them, so I haven't decided what to put in them yet. Antirrhinums, they can go in there, your snapdragons, because they're going to flower for you all the way through the summer.
Stu was just saying, though, it's a really good point. If you've kind of thought about buying a couple of items already, and your basket's kind of getting towards that £40 mark...
Yeah, if you're about 38 quid.
Add this in, takes you over £4.99. You'll get free postage then, so you're not going to have to pay your postage costs. Don't forget, if you're in the club, you get your 10% discount off there as well. So... it's a great little add-on.
Well, you end up spending less because that's £6.99 postage. This is £4.99,
Yeah.
so it takes you over the £40. So you end up spending less, but you're getting 10 garden-ready plants as well. So you spend less, you get more.
I love it.
Love that, man.
Love it when you get something for nothing. How good is that? How good is that? I get squeaky when I get excited. It's a known
we all
thing.
do.
I'm
It's
really
all right,
sorry,
don't worry.
but it's good. Okay, so moving over, Geranium, Fire Queen. You've got some of these, right?
I have got some of these. They're great. I should have done a fresh video because they're looking amazing. I planted these at the front of my house. So I've got them in our little pots. We did some, I forgot what they were called. Alhambras? Little round pots. Thank you, Alhambras. Yeah, there they are, look. So, I really should have done a fresh video. There's a newer one than that, Stu.
I love the leaves
You've gone for the
on them as well.
oldest video. So, they're beautiful. 5 of them around the bottom of the Diablo pots. I've put my lobelias around my cypress trees in the bigger pots. Those have completely filled out, loads of colour. There's loads of those flower heads on those geraniums now as well. Oh, it looks so plain and boring looking at that one because honestly, they are looking so incredible now. They've really filled out over the last couple of weeks. The bright red colour you get from Geranium Fire Queen is so incredible, but what I adore about these is not just the bright red, scarlet red flowers, but it's also the zonal leaves that you get on there because there's so much interest with those leaves. And I'm going to stick your nose in these.
Okay.
Just have a little smell of that.
Oh, yeah.
This fragrance, and that's not from the flower, that's from the foliage.
That's from the foliage.
Isn't it?
That's from the foliage.
That's from the foliage.
Wow.
It's such a gorgeous scent. For me, it brings back memories of my grandma because she always used to grow these, and they grew on the windowsills in her little conservatory. So it's like walking into her house when I smell that. She's not with us anymore. That's why it's a lovely memory.
Probably a bit. I would say my grandma's probably had a couple of those in the conservatory.
Yeah, it's really evocative, that smell. It's beautiful.
I love it when you see them like that, when they really start to bloom up, and you almost get these balls of flower.
You get these lovely clusters up there, and there's loads of them. They're free flowering, they're long flowering as well. They go right the way through to October, November. They are perennial as well, or they can be if you look after them. Most people grow these as annuals, to be honest. They plant them out in beds and borders. The frost a mild winter, they will come back, but frosts will tend to knock them out. But this is why I've put those into those little pots. I'm going to bring those indoors, and I'm going to look after them over the winter so that I can bring them out again next year. You can propagate from them as well. They're quite drought tolerant too, which is unusual for summer bedding plants because they do need a lot of watering. Obviously, mine are in little pots, so I do need to keep an eye on them, but they're not the most diva-ish when it comes to their watering needs.
You used that word quite a few times this morning.
Tim called me a diva this morning.
Honestly, she came in and she was like, No,
I don't want that one.
Don't want that one, I want another one. I think it was just an excuse because she wanted to go and have a little nose around in the back of the nursery, if I'm honest. I don't think it was anything to do with the plant option that was in it. But if you want to go for your geraniums, look, £4.99 or £4.50 if you're in the club. Don't forget you can join the club today. If you sign up for the yearly subscription, it's only £5 and it will only ever be £5 for you as well. www.yougarden.com is the website. That's where go and place all your orders. It's the easiest way. You can phone us if you want to as well. Perfectly fine. Up to you. The phone number's down there on the bottom. It's 0844 502 0050. That's the number. But easy way is website. Don't forget you need to put that code in, YGTV2624, because that opens up all of the wonderful deals and offers that we've got available for you, and it will also ensure that you get your free gift, which is our Rose Bloom Booster packet. Now, how much does that do?
We did work this out, didn't we, Stu? How much? Can you remember what it was? I think it was 20 or 30 feeds. Hang on. Pack contains... No, it just says pack contains 4 feeds based on 25 grams per plant. No, it's more than that.
Come here.
That's a once a year feed if you're using it on your roses. But if you're I haven't got my glasses on.
That's what I was wondering. I thought
if you use it on your roses, you only have to use it once a year. But you can use this on everything else as well.
Apparently, everyone's loving the oranges and lemons on our rose collections as well that we've got available.
Oranges and lemons and the New Dawn.
Oranges and lemons, New Dawn. I'd go for those. Rhapsody's going well. I'm so pleased. I think that Rhapsody's a beautiful colour. It's not purple. Don't call it purple. It's not. That does it a disservice. It's such a vibrancy. What's the name of the one next to the Rhapsody? The kind of yellowed one.
I don't know. Hang on.
That we said explodes into with slightly peachy tones.
The Wellbeing.
The Wellbeing.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wellbeing
I quite
rose.
like that Wellbeing. I think that Wellbeing's a nice one as well. And also, you could look at it, and every time you look at your rose, you could think, do you know what? I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to take a minute just to stop, to have a breathe, to have a calm down, to let everything else in the world go. Because gardens are a great place for doing that, for just allowing a bit of calm space. That's the Wellbeing. Maybe you could get that one, and just, every time you see it, you go, stop, 1 minute. Nice
Take
bit
a
of
breath.
calm, and take that moment of Wellbeing. Ooh. I like it. Okay, so we're going to move over to our Marigold, our Durango mix.
Oh, I love this. I never used to
these.
like marigolds. I thought they were a bit blah, a bit boring. But I'm taking it all back. I am taking it all back because I saw these planted out. It was a couple of years ago now, and I saw these planted in somebody's garden, and I thought that the way that they planted them, where they planted them, was just amazing. So that just seeing it in one garden completely changed my mind about how I feel about the Marigold, the Durango mix in particular.
So how would you sort of suggest for those to kind of be used?
Well,
then, would you think?
So I really liked these at the fronts of borders because I think that they don't get massive, but they're bright, they're colourful. And what I also love about these is that they're quite long flowering. They're really robust. So when a lot of all the other flowers are starting to fade, these really do start to come. These are still looking absolutely amazing. And I remember seeing it last year, actually, in someone else's garden. These were the ones that just kept going when a lot of all the other things had disappeared.
I've just pulled one out, sorry.
No, you do it. Go for it. Love it. Love that you're getting in there. They are completely garden ready. Look at those roots on there. It's a rooty beauty. It's raring to grow in your gardens. It's a perfect time to plant these as well.
And it's really strong. There's a good strength to that.
They do have really nice sturdy stems on them, don't they? Beautiful. And the colour mix is incredible. You've got those oranges, you've got those yellows, you've got that one that you've pulled out there, which has that lovely kind of russet colour to it. And this is what's unique and unusual about the Durango mix, because you're getting all of those hot, bright, zingy colour mixes included in there. If you are planting potatoes, tomatoes, basil, cucumbers, asparagus, and loads of other things, but those are just...
What about veg for?
Well, just a few of them. This is a great companion plant to plant with those, because the smell of the marigold it attracts some of the beneficial pollinators, plus ladybirds.
Yes.
That are going to eat some of the nasty bugs in your garden that are going to affect your crops, like your aphids and things.
Oh,
so marigolds are fantastic as a companion plant for some of those things in your garden to stop the aphids getting at your stuff.
Aphids all over my roses. I get rid of
Need ladybirds in your garden.
I got a ladybird house, put a ladybird house in there, and I was like, right, now what do I do? How do the ladybirds know there's a new pad that they can come to? So then, when I was out on walks, if ever I found a ladybird that was just sat there,
you taking it home?
Like, there you go. And I'd just take him home, put him there. He had a great time with all them aphids. Or it's just, you have to use your fingers, you just get covered in gunge.
Yeah, no, that's not good. So, marigolds will attract the
They'll be going in my basket.
Marigolds will attract the ladybirds.
£4.50 if you're in the club, or £4.99 if you're not in the club. Be in the club.
£4.99.
It's a fiver.
Brilliant.
It's a fiver to be in the club. 410072 is your item number. If our Stu's saying maybe you've got a voucher. If you could use it.
Got a £5 voucher.
£5
That's
voucher.
it. Those are
That'd cover
basically
those.
free.
Bam. Done. And then you could get, I don't know, a couple of roses, or maybe you could go for some fuchsias that we've got coming up later on, or some. Oh, I like grapes.
We've got a grapevine coming up. We've got our Kojo no Mai. We've got the double up deal on the Oleander, the white Oleander coming up as well.
Do you have to plant the grapes in, or could I plant them in a really big pot?
No, they can live in a pot. You just need them to climb up something.
No, I've got space for
There
them.
you go,
I've got space for them to climb.
Nice big pot, I would go for. But
Oh, I could get that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited because I've got another space up the garage to see that I could climb.
There
That's
you
great.
go.
I love grapes. Anyway, sorry. Marigold, that was our Marigold Durangos. 410072 is your item number if you wanted to go for those. Don't forget, £4.50 if you're in the club. Make sure that you add the code that you see on your screen into your basket, because that's going to get you your free rose bloom mix, and it's going to open up all the other deals available for you. So it's UGTV 2624. Okay, Gazania.
Yeah,
Gazania,
tiger stripes. Oh, I've knocked a fatsia over.
She's wrecking the joint.
Hang on.
I love these because I love the kind of just the shape and the kind of. I'm going to call it like the attitude of the flower.
Attitude.
It's just
it has got attitude.
Look at
this
me,
one.
I'm here, and
even more so because these close at night time and open during the daytime. So it's got even more attitude. I love it, and you can see it actually because obviously we're in the potting shed. So they aren't fully, and you totally could as well. These aren't fully open because we're in the potting shed, but outside during the daytime they open up. They're like, "Hello, I'm here. I've woken up. Come and look at me." And then at night time, and particularly if you're sitting outside at night time, you can watch them close.
I never knew that.
Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? Free flowering. Long, they just keep flowering for ages. They start in around June. They keep going through to October. They're really undemanding. Just put them in some sunshine and they're going to absolutely love it. You will want to deadhead a bit to encourage these to keep coming through, but they can be an evergreen perennial with some protection.
I've got space for them as well.
I actually planted these several years ago, probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, and they came back for a couple of years because the winters we had were really mild. They were just planted out in borders. I left them alone. I didn't even mulch. Them, but that was because the winters were really mild, and they came back for a couple of years, and then we had a particularly severe frost, and they knocked them out.
We've got something happening.
Stu's coming in.
Stu's come in. He's left the studio. Look, he's taken them. He's taken them because he's going to go put them in the sunshine, and he's going to get them to open up, and he's going to bring them back in. So he's going to put them in the sunshine.
I think he's taken a picture of them while they were closed, and then he's going to go and put them out in the sunshine, and we'll bring them back in a little while, and we'll be able to see the difference.
So we've bought some. Now this is bad. I forget the name of it, but we have bought a plant. It's a bit like a foxglove, but not a foxglove that we've bought. So it's very tall, thin, beautiful kind of flowers. And we put it down into the bottom of the garden. But yesterday, he got a little sad by the end of the sun. He was a bit, so we were like, gave him good water and stuff. In the evening, it all cooled down, the sun had disappeared and stuff. And this morning came out and he was like, I'm back.
Oh, hello.
I'm all happy, I'm good. And it was great. And I was just, I love the way that your garden changes and evolves throughout there. And I love things like this. I just think it's cool. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's nice.
So your Gazania tiger stripes, 10 of those garden-ready plants if you wanted to go for it. Again, for £4.99 or £4.49 if you wanted to go for it. They should be here. Stu stole them. He's put them outside because he's going to get them in the sunlight so they all open up for you. So, loads more for you to see on the show because we are... Am I going too slow?
No.
Do we need to go faster? Do we need to go slower? Have a look at everything that we've got because there's so much for you. Click on Live Now. Click on that one. Then you can have a look at Bex's smiling face there. And then you can see all of the collections that we've got. All of the roses are buy one, get one free. Any ones that you want to go for, mix and match, 2 are the same, buy one, get one free on the roses on the show. I cannot tell you the quality of those roses, the variety of those roses. This is Stu, he's loaded the basket for us. So, first thing you can see, you're going to get your ultimate rose bloom free of charge. That's just because you put your code in. You've got to put the code in, which is YGTV2624. That gets you your free item. But Stu's on, he's got oranges and lemons, and then he's gone for the lady marmalade. So those 2 have gone in there, and you can see that one of them free. Buy one, get one free. That means it's £12.50 per rose for an established 9-litre potted rose. And you can have 2 different varieties, 2 are the same. That is a phenomenal deal. Now, you can see there that the delivery costs £6.99. That's total basket, $39.98. But then you can see that's your saving, and you've got just under, you've got about £8 to go to get free delivery. So what I'm going to suggest, a couple of these little ready-to-go plug plants that we've got here. And there we go. Couple of garden readies in there. That takes you over the £40. Now the delivery's there. I'll have that very much, thank you. Now, If you want to send any emails through, you're going to email ygtv@yougarden.com. Send us your emails, send us your pictures of your gardens. I'd love to see your garden. I'm Tim Britton. I'm here this morning. It's my first time here in the potting shed. I'm absolutely loving it. And it's great having your company. And I love seeing your community because you're all messaging each other on the Facebook. And Bex is there having a little catch-up as to what's going on.
I'm on YouTube. Stu's checking out. Stu's got access to Facebook, so he's checking out that. I'm just having a little look on YouTube. Oh, good morning, Penny, on Facebook.
Good morning, Penny.
Bless her, she works nights, doesn't she?
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh, how was it? Was it a tough one? Was it all right? Are you sat down with a cup of tea? Do you go straight to bed? I don't know why I'm saying this like you can answer me straight away, but you can't. But I'd have a cup of tea. Put your feet up for a minute. Cup of tea and a biscuit. Do you have breakfast now or do you have dinner now?
It's funny, isn't it? Do you have a beer now or do you... That's the...
But
when you work nights, you can have a glass of wine in the morning, can't you? Because it's tea time.
Because you're going to go to bed soon at some point.
Grimmy is saying, he's talking about black spot in his roses, basically. He's saying, any tips for dealing with black spot? Rose is my nemesis and I can't seem to get rid of the black spot.
We spoke about this a little bit earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, so, I mean, Stu's put a message in there saying, watch Dave the Plant Man show for rose care tips. He had some fantastic advice and he absolutely did.
Brilliant.
I mean, the only thing, and I do believe it's the only thing you can do for black spot. I mean, maybe Dave says some other stuff, but you've got to get rid of the foliage. So it's like a fungal disease that affects roses. And what happens is, if you get it on these leaves and it rains, it washes it down and it washes it across the entire plant. So as soon as you see it, you need to remove those leaves and get rid of them. Do not put them in your compost heap because it will spread and then you'll spread it all the way around your garden. You need to get rid of those.
You can't leave the leaves on the floor. If any drop, you've got to pick them up and get them off your soil and everything. Yeah. You've just got to get rid of it.
So it's a case of picking all of those ones off, basically.
I had it on mine and we still have it on some of ours and it's a bit tedious and it takes some time, but they do come away and every year it's just coming back that little bit stronger, that little bit more, and it's just getting less and less. It's just taking time.
Yeah.
They get through. They're tough.
They're tough. They're are. Resilient. You just got to remove all of those leaves that you see with black spot. But Stu is right. Do watch that Dave the Plant Man show because that is fantastic. I know you're all sending loads of emails, so I will come to those in a second as well. Yeah, we want to see your gardens. Tim is on his first trip into the potting shed, so he would love to see your gardens. Tim's actually worked as a landscape gardener on and off for 20-odd years. Your dad's in the business, isn't he? So you've worked with him doing that. So he's not completely new to the world of gardening, and he does have, you have a lovely garden. And you do work at it.
Yeah, I do. And I experiment and I try. And I always say this, if we see something, like my wife, as I'm talking about, if you like it, let's try. Because at the end of the day, you never know. No. It might work, it might not.
Give it a go.
I said this, I love acers. Adore acers. I think they're beautiful. Tried them, I murdered two. Had one at either end of the bed in my garden and the wind just destroyed them and they didn't get the sun enough and it just... So acers didn't work. But my fatsia, oh my word, does that puppy love that spot? Yeah. Absolutely does. And if I ever go and some of the other stuff I've tried hasn't worked, I'm just going to put another fatsia in.
Absolutely, and I completely agree. And in fact, Adam completely agrees with you as well. He sent us these pictures.
Oh, what's he sent
and what he said is, fatsia, easiest way to fill a spot.
Yes.
That is his beautiful fatsia in the corner there. That is another shot of it. And look at that tropical lush.
Look at that leaf at the bottom.
I know.
Like, that is just like, but bam, it's so perfect.
Absolutely adore fatsia. I know I bore you all with how much I love fatsia. It is one of my favourite
But you get
plants.
faves, don't you?
I do, and I just love it. It feels tropical and junglicious, and I feel like I'm junglicious, another made-up word. I feel like I'm walking with dinosaurs, with ferns and fatsia. I feel like it's an ancient plant. I don't know how long it's been around, but that's the feeling it gives me. And it's lush. It feels Jurassic. It's evergreen, so it always looks amazing. It gets to a really nice size, but it's also manageable. If you want to trim it back, you absolutely can. And the flowers you get from fatsia are incredible.
We're waiting for our flowers to come through, so that we haven't had our flowers yet. But this year is the year it's coming.
Yeah.
But what we've also done though is we've done exactly that because it kind of started to overtake a couple of the other ones. So we just cut it back a little bit, cut it back, just give it a little bit of different shape, and beautiful. Now it just helps to really frame up that corner of the garden, like was it Adam?
Adam, yeah.
Like Adam. So yeah, I agree. I think it's absolutely beautiful. We've got fatsias though. We have got is it pack of 3?
Pack of 3.
Pack of
3 different ones. I want this collection. So I've got one of them. I have planted the spider's web, which I'm going to suggest is this one. Yes, that is the spider's web. Absolutely adore this variety because it's got this gorgeous kind of frosting and variegation to it. So I think that that's super interesting. I've planted it at the back, the furthest border. It's right opposite the kitchen window. So every time I'm standing at the kitchen sink and I'm looking out, that's what I can see. The variegation on that plant really does make it stand out. It sort of brings it forward a little bit. We're also getting the classic japonica, the beautiful, glossy, healthy looking, just gorgeous green leaves on here. Yeah, we planted one of these yesterday in a special person's garden. That has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. And then we've also got, well, by process of elimination, this one must be. Do you know what? They brought us two spiders' webs. We've got 2 spiders' webs. I promise you, you will get 3 different varieties. So the other one you're going to get is the camouflage, which is... No, it's this one here. No, it's this one here. No, that one's the fatsia japonica. It's that one that's the camouflage there. Yeah, so you've got that lovely kind of... it's a variegated colour, but without the white. So it's got this sort of bright yellow and green colour to it, but then it's got these splashes of darker green around it, and those are irregular as well. So I just think that as a collection in your garden, that's going to be lush and tropical and vibrant and gorgeous, isn't it?
So how long would we... I mean, are these quite a quick grower?
They can be, yeah. I mean, to be honest... Yes,
I
they
know that's
can
a question, like how long is a piece of string?
It depends where you put them and the kind of location and things like that, and how, you know, the richness of the soil and what have you. But to be honest, they're not overly fussy on soil type. I've got them because I've got hideous, horrible, thick, claggy clay soil in my garden. It makes me so mad. I gave myself tennis elbow once trying to dig something out. Because it's so... And I was there, and I was stupid. I was getting mad with that, and I'm there with the shovel, and I'm giving it... And of course, I'm jarring up my arm constantly.
OK, here's a top tip for you from a landscape gardener. So when you're doing stuff like that, and you have a really difficult area to dig out, do not hold your spade or your fork at the handle.
Yes.
Because that will send a jar.
Yeah.
Hold both hands down
at the sides
and use it more down and then to the handle and move.
Yes.
Because that way you will not have that jarring feeling that goes all the way up.
I did it to myself a couple of years ago, and I still get a little ache in it now. I don't think it's ever going to go away, but it was really painful for a while. Anyway, sorry, we digress. But they're happy in clay soil. They're happy in a variety of different soils, in actual fact.
Good to know.
So, He thinks I'm scary. I think they can grow a good sort of 30, 40 centimetres in a season. So they're quite vigorous growth, you know.
Doubling in size.
You can definitely fill a space relatively quickly with these, but as we know, and as you've done, you can also control them as well if they do get a little bit too rampant, if they do get a little bit too big. They're not deep-rooted either. So some plants are deep-rooted. These are slightly more shallow-rooted, which can make the difference of where you can plant it in certain places. Don't mind a bit of shade either.
That's why we got it.
Yeah, exactly. They're really not bothered. They're really quite fuss-free. They're definitely not divas.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we have that spot at the bottom. It gets a little bit, but not a lot. I would say it's a shaded area.
Yeah.
And that's a problem because when you try and search for plants that love the shade, I'm like, oh, I want some height there. And that has worked and absolutely thrived in there. £19.99 if you're not in the club. £17.99 if you are in the club. 511549 is your item number if you do want to go for our fatsia collection. 3 9cm pots, and you will get one of each: the camouflage, the spider's web, and the japonica. So we're going to do a little review for you. just so you can have a look at some of the things that we've been featuring, that we've been talking about. There's so many more things to show you on the show as well. So we've got an awful lot. And I'm going, what time are we on now? 7:30. Oh, we're nearly halfway through. Wow, I'm enjoying myself. Okay, here we go. Let's recap our garden ready collection. The price is right. $4.99 or $4.49. 410048 is your item number if you want to go for the mini butterflies mix. 10 garden ready plants that you've got here for you as well, and there'll be a variety of colours that you've got. You've got rich red, peach, you've got the pinks, the yellows, whites, absolutely fantastic. So if you wanted to go for those, £4.99 or $4.49 if you're in the club. So if we want to, if you wanted to disregard your postage and you don't want to get your postage, what you need to do is get your basket over £40, or your basket is going to be capped out at £6.99 today, regardless of kind of how many other things you get if you don't get over the £40, because that's the biggest price that we've got. You're only going to ever pay that one price. Now, if you wanted to go for our Geranium Fire Queen, it's the same price. Same deal that we've got there for you as well, except it's just for the geraniums. 10 garden ready plants, 410064. And you can see how once these grow on, those beautiful kind of balls of colour that you've got there, and such a big, vibrant red, but like Bex was saying, those leaves that also have that kind of subtle perfume hint to them as well, and that, what did you call the description of the colouring in the leaves?
Zonal.
The zonal colouring of those leaves. Beautiful. So it's something really, and very kind of easy for you to actually work with. So our next item, if you want, is Marigold, our Durango mix that we've got for you. These are beautiful, nice variety of colours that you've got here as well. You can see the difference. The variety I've got, it's the same price, it's the same deal, 10 garden ready plants, 410072. Beck suggested putting these into the front of the borders just to give you that bit of colour, but you can see here as well, if you wanted just to have a beautiful abundance of colour, pop them up and you're going to get that wonderful mix in there as well. Don't forget 10 plants as well, so you get a nice mix, and they've got a really good established root system already on those. So, Gazania. I love these. These are the ones that I think I'm going to go for. I think they're really beautiful. They're the tiger stripe, a couple of different colours that you've got. Learned today that they actually close up at night time and then they open back up, and that's why Stu has actually stolen them out of the potting shed and he's put them outside to see if they will open up in the sunlight, which of course they will. 410060 is your item number. 10 garden plants. Now, we've got specials that have come in. Hang on, I'm going to grab them.
Craig has come. He won't walk in front of the cameras though. He will not walk in front of the cameras.
I will.
Bless
I'll grab
him.
Look at these.
He's just brought us the Gazanias back. Are these the same ones? These
Look
are
at
different
these.
ones. Oh, check out those Gazanias. These are the ones that have been out in the sunshine. I think this is a different tray to the one that we had. But yeah, look at that.
You can see they're opening.
Look at how many buds. So you can see flowers on there, but look at how many buds are on there as well. There's so many of them. They're all hidden by those flowers, but there's loads and loads of buds in there too. $4.99 for 10 garden ready plants. No. If you've got gaps in your borders, if you've got some pots left over, this is the time to grab these bargains, because they're still going to flower for you all the way through to October.
Can I just show you these anti-rhymes?
I'll shut up as well. These come from the floor. Oh my word.
Look at those.
Yeah, they don't smell, do they? I just had to remind myself. Look at those. Look at the colours.
That is such great. Do you know what also?
They're strong as well. Look how sturdy they are.
What would be lovely is if you could do like those underneath your window, so they start to grow up and you see those over your window as you're looking out.
Yeah, nice little window box.
That is
That'd
such
be gorgeous,
English country. You couldn't ask for better. $4.99. Now, bear with me, caller. I will come back. I won't be gone. I'm just putting.
He's just putting the plants back.
Just doing the. Just soil.
Hello.
I'm back again. Just right, we're shove my hands in some compost.
We're totally going to talk about the compost. Can I do some emails, Stu?
Ooh.
Fabulous. Stu has told me to pick my favourites.
Pick your favourites. Oh, you mean pick your favourite emails?
I'm pretty much going to all of them. Right, so Kevin, hi Stuart, Adam and Bex. We've watched you all on YouTube since day one. Thank you so much, and never missed a show. They are fantastic and enjoy them all. The rose is Queen Elizabeth, and the other photo is a work in progress. Fatsias, palms, Trachlospermum jasminoides, ferns, hosta, and lovely peonies. Loads more plants on their way. Keep up the good work, from Kevin and Julie in Cleethorpes.
Oh, lovely.
That is such a lovely email.
Wow,
that is the Queen Elizabeth
that.
rose. How beautiful is that? Let me see if I can swipe. Oh, I can swipe. This is the work in progress that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Fatsia's going on over here. We've got a hosta down here. We've got beautiful ferns. Another fatsia at the back there. Oh, there's another fern in that pot. And these, I think these might be the Eton Mess hanging baskets, aren't they?
Did I see those? I think I looked at that show the other day. I was watching one of those.
That looks like a beautiful corner. Do you know what's missing from there, guys? An acer. I know not everyone wants an acer, but I feel like that is because you've got a lovely Buddha picture on the wall. It feels like a nice Zen, calming corner. I think you need an acer in there.
I like it.
Just my opinion. You do what you like. Philip has sent us a picture of some roses. So we don't know the varieties here, but he sent us a few pictures, mashups of some roses.
Oh, beautiful though.
Beautiful
really lovely.
whites, reds, pinks going on in the pictures that Philip has sent us as well. Still bring it up in a sec so we can see them. Oh, look. They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
I do love a rose.
I'm going to say that top left has got to be my fave.
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? Oof. Lovely colour.
That's got to be great.
I just like a big mixture of them. Let's go on and... Oh, yeah, some more roses. Oh, look!
Oh, yeah.
I reckon that's the... Is that the oranges and lemons there?
No, that looks like a...
Is that a raspberry ripple? Oh, yeah, it's the yellow and pink, isn't it? That's beautiful, though, but that's a bit like our oranges and lemons. Is it rhubarb and custard?
You're making me want hard-boiled sweets now.
Right, so those are Philip's. I'm sure Ruth. Yeah, Ruth.
Wow.
Hello, Ruth. I like the title of this email. It says, "Hello, summer."
Yeah, look at that.
She said she was watching live and decided to go out and take some gorgeous pictures. That looks like lobelia, the crystal blue that we've got. I don't know what else she's got in there. What else is going on in there? There's loads, isn't there?
That's a real
That is a gorgeous mix of colour. I absolutely adore it.
If that doesn't make you smile, I don't know what will.
No, we're going to scroll.
Great.
There's loads going on here. That definitely looks like geranium leaves in there. Maybe some begonia Sahara in there too. We've got gorgeous colours. That looks like a pom-pom dahlia just coming through right there.
Love those.
Love those as well.
We had dahlias, they got eaten like crazy.
Did they? Yeah, that's why you need your strelch.
Eaten like crazy, but I did love those. They were beautiful.
Are these osteospermum, these? Big white osteospermum there. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you can definitely tell summer is here, can't you? So that's Ruth, Lisa. Sorry, we're going back to Lisa. Do you remember Lisa's picture with the new dawn over the archway? So here are some more pictures. She is saying it's Lisa and Michael's garden. Michael is the gardener, but they pick the plants together. So apologies, Michael. Yes, just that it came from Lisa, so that's what we're saying. But yeah, apparently Michael does most of the work, but right. Lisa does help to pick the plants. So lovely grasses that you've got going on in the borders there. I mean, look at all that foliage and all that colour. Some Ophiopogon grasses. They're black grasses down the front here. I think that's Jacob's ladder over there at the back, isn't it? Certainly looks like it. We've got some Verbena bonariensis growing up there too. Absolutely adore that. That's looking really pretty. Hang on, there's more. Lavender, look at this lavender. I mean, it is so pretty. What she was saying was that the lavender, oh yeah, all our planters, Bellagios are still on a deal. Oh, what is that going on there? Those are dahlias, aren't they?
I think the Bellagios are actually on the show as well. So if you want to go look on the website, I'm pretty sure they're on there.
So the lavender, she was saying, this was bought as 9cm pots from us, and this is now in its second year. So that is what you can create.
9cm
pots. I don't know how many there would be there. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I would say probably about 7 or 8 on each side, maybe.
Wow.
In order to create that.
That's impressive.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Little bit of patience and a little bit of effort, and look what you can create in the garden.
Lisa's just down the road from us in Spalding, so Stu's asking if you can get the kettle on because we're going to pop down for a cup of tea.
Oh, yeah.
Julia, Julia has sent us a picture of her lily. I am waiting for these to open. Can't remember the name. I've got Menno brain. I can never... I'm having I'm going through that time. It's menopause time for me. And I have definitely, I'm not tropical yet, I haven't had any of those. But what I have noticed is my brain just...
Bit of brain fog. Just a bit of brain fog, that's all right.
Words fall out of my head.
It's fine.
Names of things fall out of my head.
Listen, I don't even have the excuse of saying I'm going through that time of my life, and words just tumble out of my mouth all the time.
I was messaging, he's making me laugh. I was messaging Stuart the other day. He was asking me for some suggestions for plants and stuff like this for something that we're doing, a project. Right. So I sent in it, I was like, right, yeah, so definitely Geranium Roseanne and this and that, and you know that one, the Snappy Snap. The Snappy Snap, because my brain would not bring the words Venus flytrap.
I can imagine you on the phone going, hang on, I'm going to put you on speaker. This thing, you know, that one.
The Snappy Snap. And I knew Stu would know.
I'm pretty sure Snappy Snaps used to be a camera shop in Peterborough.
I knew he would know exactly what I meant. And it was the Venus flytrap. So yes, anyway, I am waiting. I'm going to
call them Snappy Snaps forevermore. I'm going to go into a shop now and go, have you got any of them Snappy Snaps? You know, Snappy Snaps. Come on, it's what they're...
Stu has since, because it was via text message that we were doing this, he has since shown it to absolutely everybody in the YouGarden office. The Snappy Snaps.
That's what they'll be. If ever you see Venus flytraps here at YouGarden, they'll now have a great big sign above them that say Bex's Snappy Snaps.
Anyway, yes, I am waiting for that beautiful lily to open as well, whatever it's called, I can't remember. But yes, I'm waiting for that one to open. It's the beautiful dark coloured lily. So thank you so much for sending your pictures. I am going to stop there because we've spent enough time on those. But we are going to come over to the compost because this is our beautiful premium professional compost. But we're not going to talk about it, are we?
No, we're not. We're actually going to hand you over to our wonderful Peter McDermott, our head gardener, who's going to let you know just how good this compost actually is.
For years, we have perfected the compost we use on the nursery. I mean, I've literally been in... I started my life in the horticultural industry when I was 15, or just about 15, 14 and a bit. And I went to horticultural college. I lived and worked on my family nursery, so I've grown things for a living. Now I run this company, and we actually have a separate nursery to this nursery where we produce hundreds of thousands of plants a year. And that would be roses, it would be fruit trees, it would be perennial plants, lavender, you name it. We're growing those sorts of things in big volumes. This year alone, we'll grow somewhere close to 200,000 potted roses ourselves. And the compost we use is this. And the reason that we would use this compost is because, in our experience, it's the best. It gives the best results. It gives consistent results. And it does that because the makeup of the product. So you've got a peat, including peat, compost here. So 50% by volume of what's in my hand is peat. And you'd look at it and say, well, that looks just like all of it is. But it really isn't. 50% is, but the rest isn't. Of the peat that's in there, you've got a blend of sphagnum moss peat and sedge peat. So the sphagnum moss peat is light and airy and has lots of tubes within it. So sphagnum has got little tubes going down the middle of the strands, and that gives an air-water porosity ratio that plants find perfect. Because plants don't just need water, they need air and water, and for that to be in the right proportions. The sedge peat actually does the opposite. The sedge peat retains moisture, so it actually is a bit heavier, a bit claggier, so it will hold moisture. Then you've got the wood fibre in it. Now you can see the strands of wood fibre, they're very short. And in fact, you can see the slow release fertiliser popping out. Oh, there we are, look, she's got it. There we are, Bex has got it. Loads of, now we put that in because it feeds the plants from the moment you plant them in there. And we make our compost fresh. So the reason we make it fresh, so when you get it, the nutrients that are in it have not yet started to deploy. So you can actually expect to get anywhere between 3 and 6 months of nutrients gradually drip feeding from that slow release fertiliser into the compost and feeding your plants via the roots. All of these things are considered carefully by us from a professional perspective, and we know that this gives great results. Now, we are trialling and testing other composts alongside this on a regular basis, and I can absolutely assure you that this year again, this spring again, we've done multiple trials. This compost is the winner. It's the winner for roses, it's the winner for fruit trees, it's the winner for lavender, it's the winner for, you know, all of the perennials we grow, from thousands and thousands of hydrangeas that we grow each year. Magical Matterhorn, if you bought that potted, or Magical Candle, if you bought that potted, that was grown on our nursery and is in this compost. So our confidence is high. You can use this product with confidence, and I can tell you it's the only compost I use at home. It really is.
It genuinely is the compost that you want to be able to get. And like Pete says, this is the compost that he uses at home. I have used this compost, and it really does deliver the results.
It does.
It does exactly what you want it to do. And it's such a kind of crazy good option, and kind of like a necessity. I always say, like, you've got to feed it from the ground up. You've got to put it in the right stuff. You could have the best plants in the world, but if you don't grow it in the right stuff, it's
Absolutely.
not going to give you the results that you want to have.
As a, you know, I was going to say fitness freak, and I mean that in the most positive way possible.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't do anything remotely weird fitness-wise.
Right, Tim is very, very healthy, aren't you? In fact, Tim is doing a 24-hour run this weekend, aren't you? Raising money for charity.
I am.
He's going to be running for 24 hours this weekend.
I start at midday on Saturday, and I will finish at midday or 1 o'clock on Sunday.
So if you want to, what's the charity?
So I'm running for the SSAFA, so I'm running for the Armed Forces charity. If you do want, and you feel like you wanted to sponsor me for my charity,
then
go onto my social media.
Tim Britton, BRITTON.
And you'll be able to see it there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a good cause, and there's a whole host of people running for lots of other charities.
Well, the reason that I bring that up is that you're not just about your fitness from, you know, running and exercising and all the rest of it, but you're very much about what you put inside your body as well, aren't you? I've known Tim for a long time, and he's very much on that. You treat yourself occasionally, but essentially you feed yourself good stuff because you know that powers your body.
Exactly.
That is what I always like to talk about in relation to the compost and plants. You know, the good stuff you put in your body does good things, not only for your body, but for your mind as well. And it's very much the same with plants. Mm-hmm. They cannot live on water alone. Neither can we. It will sustain us for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Plants need feed. They need good nutrients, and that's exactly what this compost delivers, as our head gardener said.
Yeah, exactly that. So if you wanted to go for your compost, it's 100125 is your item number. 2 50-litre bags is what's going to come to you, and they'll always get sent out in packs of 2, is that right?
In packs of 2, yeah.
Packs of 2, that's a courier thing, it's nothing to do with this. Okay, so they come out in packs of 2. Club price is £22.48 if you wanted to go for that. There is no postage with this. The postage is included in that price of £22.48. You will get
a bag of that.
A bag of your free
Rose Bloom Booster, yeah. So it's a complete fertiliser. It's new improved formula. It contains all the key ingredients, minerals, trace elements. It's even got mycorrhizal fungi in here, and we know how good mycorrhizal is. It creates a really strong... Mm-hmm. It creates its own little ecosystem, so particularly if you're growing in pots, it's fantastic because it helps to grow healthy roots. Healthy roots means bigger and better flowers, better shoots, more fruits, you know, all of those things. But it's got all the trace elements and things included in there as well. Now, it's an annual feed when you're putting it on roses, but you can also use this as feed for other plants in your garden. Okay. So if you haven't got any roses, not a problem. You can still use this on everything else. But the fact that we've got an amazing buy one get one offer on our roses today means this is a perfect.
They are really popular as well. So go onto the website YouGarden.com to have a look at everything we've got available. Click on the Watch Live button. That'll take you through to the show. Don't forget to add the code in. That's going to open up all of the wonderful deals that you've got, which is YGTV 2624. That is going to take those Tigers stripes down to £4.99. You'll get 2 roses, mix and match, or 2 of the same for 1. Buy one, get one free on those roses, which works out at £12.50 if you are in the club. But Coming over to one of my dad's favourite flowers, the fuchsia. And I love the varieties that you can get with fuchsias. I love the colours, but I also love the actual flowers themselves. I think they're so pretty. I think there's something a little bit special, a little bit different about them. For me, it's a big connection to my childhood and to my dad. But with this deal that you're going to be able to get on these fuchsias, it's crazy. It's buy one, get one free. So you put one in your basket, you get another one included. £22.49 for fuchsias. 450,008. That thing's catching.
Sorry.
I could see the number in my head. I was like, it's a 4, it's a 4. And I was just saying 5. I can count, I promise. So 450,008 if you want to go for buy one, get one free. Quick question, Stu or Bex. Do we know which colours they're going to go with? It's just a mix.
It is. It's a lucky dip, essentially.
Ooh, nice.
So
I like that.
I quite like a little surprise. But we've done some little videos with these. I've been into the nursery. They were in that place we passed. I said where we keep some of the.
Yes,
they're in there. There are 3 varieties. So there's the 2 that you can see here, and then there's that beautiful purple and deeper pink coloured one. So yeah, you will get 2 of them. But as I say, it's going to be a lucky dip as to which 2 you get. You might get 2 the same, you might get 2 different. It doesn't really matter. They are all incredibly beautiful. And of course, they're gorgeous because you can actually create a tree out of these.
Yes.
If you want to remove, they've already been sort of fashioned into that standard shape, but you can remove some of the lower branches off here to get even more of that standard shape. I can't believe how many flowers are actually on here because we've been looking at these for a few weeks, and they always had a good amount of flowers, but these have got loads on them.
You look at the buds that you've actually got here, still waiting to come, and it's crazy. You're going to get this all over again on this one as well because there is just so much there available for you. So genuinely beautiful plants, such varieties of colour that I think you get. And when I say that, I mean like in the actual flowers themselves and across the different flowers.
Well, I like the
that
shape
you've got.
of them because I think that a fuchsia flower is unmistakably a fuchsia flower. I always think of them as little dancing girls or ballerinas. They've just got this lovely sort of feminine feel to me. These work great if you want to put them in a couple of pots and put them either side of a doorway. I think as framing, these work beautifully, or either side of a seating area or something. You can get these to come back next year, by the way. They are perennial, but they're not hardy. So these do need a bit of protection from frost. You can get hardy varieties of fuchsias, but these ones aren't.
Could we wrap them, or do they need to come in?
You can wrap them. No, they don't necessarily need to come in. You just need to protect them from frost.
Okay.
If they're in pots, I just always say it's much easier to protect something because you just pick it up and bring it in. But also you can use things like your horticultural fleece and things like that.
Yeah, I think I used some of that sort of stuff to wrap around. I think I did it around my olive because I was a bit worried about that for some reason. So I just kind of wrapped that up, and I did it for something else as well. I forget.
Yeah, but they're nice and easy to look after, and of course you can get them to come back next year, and you can make them, make them beautiful for years to come.
Buy one, get one free. Free is a favourite word. We love that. That's absolutely for you. Don't forget, put that code in, YGTV2624. You'll also be getting your Rose Bloom Boost. That will be coming in your basket as well. And if you go over £40 with us, you will have free delivery on your order. But your order's actually going to be capped out anyway, so you're only going to, if you don't get up to £40, you're only going to pay 1 delivery charge. So, and the maximum that would be is £6.99 for you today anyway. And by the way, joining the club, if you haven't joined the club, £5 if you sign up for the annual renewal, and it's only ever going to be £5. 10% off. That's what you're looking at. So you're looking at the yellow price on your screen, 2249. Okay. Perfect.
So as a pairing, as I'm putting it either side of a doorway, that's exactly what we were doing yesterday. We went to somebody's garden and we did them a little garden makeover. And this is just one thing that we did. There's a whole load of other stuff, by the way. We didn't just go and take 2 pots and go, there's your garden makeover.
There's your makeover. I was going to lie, I'm not sure you'll make a TV show out of that.
But what we have done is planted those up, and I love it because it's the pink colour in those pink prisma pots, and they're just going to fill out and flower all summer long, and they are wonderful either side of that doorway. So either side of your patio doors, either side of your seating area, either side of your front door, just put them somewhere sort of semi-sunny.
Beautiful.
Part shade will be absolutely fine. They'll be happy.
Wonderful.
That's it. That's all I've got to say.
That's it. That's your fuchsias.
The end.
So, if you want to go for your fuchsias, 450008 is your item numbers for them. Buy one, get one free. They're going to come in those 8 centimetre tall. Is it? No.
80. It should be 80.
I was going to say 80 centimetres tall.
For some reason that always
19
happens.
centimetre pots that you're going to be able to get them for as well. I was going to say they're not 8 centimetres
They're
tall.
definitely not 8. They're up to 80 centimetres tall. That's how they will come to you.
Beautiful. Okay, so what can we look at next?
Oleanders.
Oh,
We've got
oleanders.
another deal here. So this one is fantastic.
But first of all, oleanders, you could not get these.
No.
I used to work in Turkey for a while.
They're still a struggle.
And these were everywhere. They just grow wild and rampant.
Yep.
Everywhere. Beautiful, all different styles. But if you wanted to try to get them here, you just couldn't get them. Now, though, I know there was a fair few different reasons for that, but basically the long and the short of it is that YouGarden have been able to get round and through all of those problems and issues, but by doing the right things and by working with the right people to be able to bring you something that you really, really wanted to have, and that is the oleanders. Now, this is the white blush option that we've got for you, £26.99. This is a double up deal, 2 for £19.99.
Yeah.
I was going to say 1 I was going to say, how would we do it?
I'm pretty sure we've still got the half price deal. We're going to double check it. So what we've had lately, because we brought the pink and we brought the red on the same deal. Now, I think what's going to happen here is that you can get one of these for £14.99. It's on a half price deal. So they're normally £29.99 or £26.99 in the club.
Gotcha.
One will be half price at £14.99. But if you want to go for 2, we've got the double up deal available where you can get 2 for £19.99.
I see. That means, though, that theoretically, Rebecca,
yes,
each one of these is only £10.
Exactly that, or £9 in the club. Yeah, and
YouGarden, you guys.
I said earlier about the colour white as well. I'm really turning on to having white in the garden. Do you know what's done it for me? I planted the. I forgot the name of it.
Snappy Snap?
It's not the Snappy Snap. It's a hydrangea. It's got the white one. We sell it a lot here. Someone in the chat help me. That's the one. What did you say? Runaway Bride. Thank you, Stuart.
I'll remember that for next time.
I planted the Runaway Bride in my border a couple of years ago, and it is absolutely stunning. The white colour just is so standout and so beautiful,
Yeah,
and it's
it
that
is.
really that has made me turn over to white-coloured flowers in my garden, because I always used to go for the brighter, zingier colours. I'm a big fan of purples and blues. I've got lots of those. But white just is beautiful, and of course it goes with every other colour in the garden.
Yeah.
There's no clash with anything else. There's no colour combination where you go, ooh, that doesn't work.
So I use white for that.
Yeah.
So I've used white as like my break. So
Yeah.
because we have quite a lot of pink, but I like colour. I really like colour. So, but if it was me, I would just have a mash of it everywhere. I think it's great. My wife is not quite so keen on that idea. So we use white to break up the colours, and then we can go, right, well, that's kind of one section. That's another section that we've got here. So 680058 is your item number if you wanted to go for these. Now, obviously, I think one of the things that you have to say is make sure that, not that anyone would, I always find this funny with oleanders. We have to make sure you say, no, don't eat any of it. None of it's edible. Make sure you don't eat any of this plant, your pets or anything like that. I would never go around and try and eat a fuchsia or a geranium.
But there are certain things in your garden that are edible. So,
But
yeah,
I
but
just
we have
wouldn't-
to say it, basically.
We do have to say it, but I would never do that. But
Yeah.
please do not eat your oleander. Just look at it. Adore it.
And if
Love
you
it.
are sensitive, I don't seem to have any sensitivity issues with sap and things like that, but the sap can irritate. So do wear gloves when you're pruning this. But they're super easy to look after. I love saying this about plants. It thrives on neglect.
Thrives on neglect.
Thrives on neglect. I do not thrive on neglect. I need a lot of looking after, but this plant does thrive on neglect. You can pretty much just leave it to do its thing. It also, once it becomes established, it becomes drought tolerant, as you were saying, grows freely across the med.
Oh, you
Nobody's
do.
looking after them. Nobody's watering them. They go ages without water over there, don't they?
So when I worked in the mountains up in the mountains of Turkey, and they had pipes running all over the place trying to feed water to the houses, and wherever a pipe was slightly leak, these would just they grow up like crazy, but then you'd see them just in the roads, just growing out of like bits of concrete and just anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah.
And they absolutely thrive, and they can be huge.
Yeah, certainly out there they can get very big, and actually in more and more we're seeing them getting bigger here in the UK. You know, we say they go to somewhere between 3 and 4 feet, but actually I have seen them bigger than that, particularly in London where it's a bit milder climates. They do seem to get that little bit bigger.
The changing of weather that we seem to be getting more now, the hotter summers and things, I think that all kind of helps.
But you can, if that worries you and you don't want them to get that big, keep them in a pot. You can pretty much restrict the size of anything by growing it in a pot and keeping it sort of more root bound or pot bound. You know, every few years you can repot it in the same size pot. Just take it out, cut away up to 1/3 of the roots, put it back in. That'll help to restrict the size and keep it at that manageable size. But if you want to let it get nice and big and you put it in the right area for it to do that, you can do that too. Flowers for ages, and of course these come to you from these come to you from the best grower and breeder of oleanders. Our head gardener would tell me off if I said one of, because he is so proud of the relationship that we've got with this Sicily-based grower. He absolutely believes that these are the best when it comes to them, and that's why we are working with them. He wouldn't work with them if he didn't believe that. Yeah. There is a waiting list to get to work with this particular supplier. 10-year waiting list.
10 years?
10-year waiting list. That's how good they are. We've had the relationship with them for several years now. We had to join a waiting list. I don't think we had to wait 10 years, but we had to wait a little bit of time to get to work with them.
Wow.
But now we do work with them. And Stu always tells me, pretty much if you find oleanders for sale anywhere here, chances are they're going to be from us. There are places, other online shops that you might buy things from. There are other DIY shops that you might be able to buy these from. Homeware shops, they have oleanders. We supply them, basically. So we have the amazing relationship. A lot of other places cannot get this relationship.
Would those other places sell them for £10?
No.
YouGarden. Honestly, the deals are crazy. I can't believe the price. And I'm not being funny. Even if you had that for £14.99, like you were saying, that's great. That's a phenomenal price.
Well, this is the thing. You've got the options here. You know, you've got savings either way. So one is a half-price deal. Fantastic. If you just want one, great. We've got a great deal for you. But if you want two and you want the pairing, or you want to give one as a gift, we've got another great deal for you in the pair.
There you go, 680-058 if you want to go for your white oleander bush. They are beautiful, and like we said, if you want to do a double-up deal, you can do the double-up deal for it as well. Please make sure if this is your first time when you're tuning into YouGarden, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being with us here in the potting shed. This is Bex, I'm Tim. We're here for around another hour or so, and we've still got so much more that we want to show you as well. And we want to keep giving you as many deals. So I was saying, send us your pictures. Send us your pictures of your gardens. Let us know what you've got. But also, if you've got any gaps and you're wondering what could I put in these gaps, let us know, and we'll see if Bex can come up with some suggestions for you as well. I was showing pictures of my garden earlier on and what I've got in there, and I've got a few gaps, and I know there's some of the kind of garden-ready plants that I think, well, do you know what? Some of those are going to go in. They're £4.99. £5. That's crazy. £4.50 if you're in the club. Anyway, sorry, moving on.
Okay, so this one was a brand new one, but it was brand new to me as well, by the way, so I had to do some research on this one because I'd never heard of this one before. Okay. So I'm really excited to bring this to you. Maybe it's one you already know, but I was excited because this one was a bit of a new one to me. The fragrant clematis kimo.
Kimo.
I like that name. Kimo.
Nice.
Kimo.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like it's a cartoon character.
No, Kimiko was actually the name of the love interest of Daniel LaRusso in Karate Kid 2.
Oh my word, I think you are absolutely right. Well done.
Honestly.
I loved Karate Kid.
So much useless knowledge up here.
It's one of my favourite movies when I was a kid. I was in love with Daniel LaRusso. And my first boyfriend...
Probably not in the third movie.
No. I'm going off track here, but my first boyfriend when I was 15, he looked a bit like Daniel LaRusso.
Did he drive a yellow car?
No. And he did karate as well. He was a black belt in karate.
Wow.
So I was like, oh my God, I'm dating Danny LaRusso. Hi, Chris, if you're watching.
Morning, Chris, if you are watching.
Oh, God, I hope he isn't.
Smile.
Jesus.
I hope he is. Chris, email in, or if you are watching, I'll give you my phone number. You can call into the show. We'll video call you into the show just to make Bex really blush. Have you gone red?
Yeah. Just thought he might come across it on Facebook at some point.
LaRouche. How's everyone been finding this weather as well? Beautiful, finally, this summer sun.
Should we talk about the plant?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's why we're here.
Right, so this is our beautiful, fragrant, evergreen, climbing clematis. I'm going to take it out. I haven't taken these out of the pot yet. Oh, yeah, look. Nice root system going on in the bottom of there. An evergreen clematis, by the way. No, I did say that correctly. Evergreen clematis. Oh, lovely root structure going on in that pot there. We are going to get 3 of those included as well. They just need some support. They just need something to climb up. They're nice and compact as well. So they're not quite like the boulevard clematis, but they're not like the other really rampant, massive clematis where all the flowers disappear over into you know when you grow a clematis up your fence, all the flowers go over the top of the fence and into your neighbour's garden. They get the benefit of it more than you do. Not so with this. It will get to a...
I like that because our garden, our neighbours do exactly that, and it just frames part of my garden.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So I've actually said to them, I was like, you don't need to necessarily cut that back too aggressively over our side.
We're fine with it. We're all right. You can leave it there. It is definitely one of the easiest to grow. No real pruning required on this one at all, and it produces a mass of these beautiful star-shaped blooms. I love the white. I love the graduation, the green colour that you've got in there as well. Bred specifically for compact growth, plus that precocious flowering nature, which means that these should start blooming for you nice and early, sort of maybe March, April time.
Nice.
Which is nice and early, and then keeping going through for you through into the summer as well. Perfect for smaller spaces. Great if you want to put them in a pot, just give them something to climb up.
Brilliant. 550-370 is your right number if you do want to go for that. The evergreen clematis, £19.99 or £17.99 if you are in the club. Moving on though, we are going to go to our Canna lilies.
Canna lilies.
Canna lilies.
Yeah. Tropical, gorgeous, vibrant.
Look at the leaves on that though.
Yeah. Well, this is the big thing with this, okay? So flowers are amazing. Look at them. So this one is the bronze scarlet. This one, excuse me, is the bronze peach. Obviously, the bronze is going to refer to the gorgeous bronzy coloured foliage. And then and the scarlet, the flower. Same here, bronze foliage, peach flower, and then we've got the red golden flame over this side. Perfectly named. Just absolutely adore the combination that we've got here. Really nice flowering season on these as well. So June through to October. Nice and tall too. They can get to 3 or 4 feet. Maybe not in the first year, but you can get them to come back for you, and they can multiply, and you can get. I mean, en masse. I think if you've got space to put these and get a bunch of them planted there, like how gorgeous is that going to be? But it's not just about those vibrant flowers, is it? It is about that gorgeous foliage. Lovely sort of banana-shaped leaves that you've got on there. They actually perform best in a semi-shade or even a full shade. I'm not talking dark shade. I'm not talking, you know, like no light kind of thing. But they actually perform best in a semi-shady position. Weird, right? When you look at it, you're thinking, hang on, that needs to be in full sun.
Yeah, well, yes, weird, but what I'm more thinking is I could put those at the bottom of my garden. Yeah.
They are, so, mild winters they can probably get through. But I think I'd like to class these as a sort of tender perennial. So if it's going to be mild, you could probably cover them up with a really thick, and I am going thick layer of mulch here. Don't just do a light smattering. I love that word.
Don't be stingy.
Don't be stingy. Do a good 5-6 inches of strulch over the top of them. Give them a good layer of mulch.
5-6 inches?
Yeah, I'm going to say give them a... Don't be stingy. Give them a good...
Wow.
Give them a good layer of mulch.
Okay.
And that'll help to give them that duvet of protection. Or, do you know what? You can grow them in pots, and then you can...
Just bring them in.
Bring them in, and then what you do is you divide them in spring. Who was it that sent us this message, Stu? Was it Adam? Yeah, somebody sent us a message about dividing cannas. I can't remember who it was, one of our lovely regulars, and they said they do it every single year. It's dead easy. All they do is then bring them in, leave them over winter, and then in springtime you divide them up because you can multiply these as well and plant them out again. Off you go, boom.
Nice. Love that.
And then you get multiples of them.
450164 is your item number if you wanted to go for those 3 9cm pots. Will it be one of each, or is it a mix and match?
No, one of each.
One of
for
each.
Sure, you'll definitely get one of each of them. So I think that's a wonderful sort of colour combination. I think it'll be a talking point as well. If you haven't got cannas in your garden, you know, people will come in and, oh, they're pretty, aren't they? Look at those.
Yeah, something a little bit different, but something that people may sort of be familiar with. And they're not super difficult to care for. Just need a little bit of attention coming out of season.
Just a little bit of attention coming out of season, basically, which, you know, we have to do.
Which is like everything.
Come autumn, there are certain jobs we have to do in the garden, and we're kind of used to that, and that's just one that you might need to give a little bit of extra attention to. Okay. But other than sort of, you know, keep them moist, feed them well from springtime, so give them a good feed and regularly feed them through spring and summer, but really they're not. I have to say this about certain plants, like peonies, for example. Their appearance suggests that they are a diva.
Yes.
Don't they? But actually, you know, relatively easy to look after. So it's the same with these. They are easier to look after than their appearance suggests.
I think that's nice. That's nice to know, because I think sometimes, especially if you are a little bit new to gardening, or you're trying to further your garden, you may be put off by something that's going, oh, that's going to be
that's going to be too hard, too tricky.
Difficult. I'm not quite there yet. But there you go. £13.47 if you're in the club, or £14.97 if you're not in the club. Don't forget, you must use that code that's on the TV screen, YGTV2624. That'll unlock all of the deals. Don't forget, with every order, you will be getting your Rose Bloom Boost. It's quite a mouthful.
I know it is, isn't it?
It's one of those ones. It's just sometimes you can't quite wrap your gums around it. Your Rose Bloom Boost. So that will be coming included as well. And that's your free gift that's there. So when you go into your basket, you can add it in. Don't forget the roses. We've got buy one, get one free on the roses as well. So go to YouGarden.com, click on Watch Live, takes you through to the show. Have a look at everything we've got, because we've got so much that we haven't covered.
There's loads. We won't get through everything, and we never do. And actually, we try not to, because we do save some things to show to you on Sunday as well.
So much.
Gives you a reason to come back and tune in, not just for us, but to see some of the...
I won't be here on Sunday. I'll be running.
Some of the plants.
I'm going to try and send you all a picture. If you are watching, I'm going to try and send you a picture when I finish my run and
so
say
just after
good
12, right?
afternoon to everyone. Or I'll try and do it while I'm still doing the last bit of my run.
Yeah, do it.
I'll send you a picture going, morning, YouGarden. Look, I'm still going. If I'm still going. Fingers crossed I will be. But anyway, let's move on, because I want to show you some more. So,
the pink pussy willow.
The pink pussy willow. Mount Asso.
We've got the name on the back. Mount Asso, Japanese pink pussy willow, Salix gracilistila. We're just going to call it the pink pussy willow.
It makes me feel bad about saying that the ultimate bloom boost was difficult.
Not in comparison, eh?
Not in comparison at all.
Right, we love these. This is the bush variety that we're talking about here. The lovely furry catkins that you get on here is going to make this one of the most tactile plants that you've got in your garden. Because when those catkins appear, and we're talking early in the season, we're talking sort of anywhere between January and May, I think, is when those come out and appear. You will not be able to stop yourself from touching them, because they're like little bunny's tails. They are so soft.
So
they are so lovely.
They look like cat paws, don't they?
Yeah. They're so soft, honestly, and they're used a lot in cut flower displays.
Yes.
As, you know, fillers, basically, and adding extra texture and colour in there. You don't need to buy them. You can actually cut them, because you are going to get 3 of these included. They are coming to you in those 9cm pots. Let's take one out, shall we? I always like to look at the roots. Adam's got me into it. Adam Wilcott's got me into looking at the roots. Yeah, look out the root system that we've got on there. Really nice, healthy plants, ready to plant out. The beautiful thing about Salix is they are virtually indestructible. They are incredibly winter hardy. You know, there's very little care and attention that you need to put into a Salix as well, because they are so robust. They are so hardy. And it's an incredibly striking plant for sort of winter and early spring, because there, you know, I know we do most of our gardening in spring and summer and a little bit in autumn, but there is stuff that we want to be in our gardens to make us go outside, particularly in those sort of colder months. Well, come January, once this starts coming into its own and looking like this, those catkins on those bare branches, it's going to make you want to go out into your garden and do some of the jobs that you can be doing in your garden at that time of year.
They look beautiful, don't they?
It's a lovely splash of really gorgeous, vibrant colour when our, you know, gardens and the days are a bit dull and dark. The catkins then turn a lovely kind of golden yellow as the pollen emerges, so it's going to give nice early pollen for the early pollinators.
I can't believe the price on those as well. £9 bar a penny if you're in the club.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
£10 if you're not, bar a penny. For three 9cm pots, that's crazy. 511323 is your item number if you wanted to go for those ones. Nice something extra, like Bex was saying earlier on. But we're going to move on. We're going to go on to our purple eye.
Yes, the Talbagia. I really love this, actually. I quite like it. I think it gives a very nice cottage garden style sort of feel to it. It has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, this. So that AGM from the RHS, that really does give confidence to be able to plant things, because they take these plants, they trial them, they test them, they really do put them through their paces, and it has to meet this certain set of criteria in order to be awarded the garden merit. And this one has it. These were all over Chelsea this year. If you saw the Chelsea Flower Show, they absolutely adored the Talbagia. It was there everywhere. And in that sort of prairie style planting scheme or country cottage scheme, this is a wonderful one. It's not a thriller. It's not a thriller like the Canna lily is, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have its place somewhere in your garden.
I look at it and you look at it and think it's very delicate.
Yeah, but
you look at it and think it's very delicate, but then you look at actually how strong and tall they're stood up.
Yeah.
It's really, it's something really beautiful. It kind of an elegance and grace in something yet still really sturdy and robust.
Absolutely. I was just being the British weather there, and as you can see, I'm, standing up to these plants are standing up to the British weather. They are gorgeous. They're semi-evergreen. They form clumps as well. They are perennial. You can split and divide those clumps as and when you need to over the coming years. So you can spread them around your garden. You can even use them as delicate little cut flowers as well.
Absolutely beautiful. They really are. 561285 is your item number. £9.99 if you wanted to go for it. £8.99 if you wanted to go for that. We can do a little double up. Now, I'm going to ask a favour. I'm going to say, Stu, can I do a bit of a review of some of the items that we've already shown and just go through some of our big hitters for a moment? Because I think there's been so many wonderful things that we've been showing. I want to kind of make sure everyone's got the opportunity to see everything. So we're going to go across to the our garden ready favourites as well. So we're going to have a look at those. By the way, that double up, 2 for £14.98 if you wanted to go for our purple eye. 561285 is your item number. Right, so we're going to just have a look back.
Oleander.
Oleander, the white bush, 680058 is your item number if you wanted to go for this one. This is a kind of great little double up deal that we've got here as well. 2 for £19, or we believe it's going to be 1 for £14.99.
Yeah, have you checked it, Stu? Is that right? It is right.
It is right. So that's we're going to get the stuff changed on you as well. So that's that. And by the way, anyone who did think they were paying a postage on the compost, that's not the case. There is no postage on the compost. This is £14.99 if you wanted to go for one, or £20 bar a penny if you want to go for the two.
Yeah, it's a brilliant, brilliant plant, honestly. It flowers all summer long. It's evergreen as well, so you always have that gorgeous evergreen structure, and it's really nice upright growth on here. Thrives on neglect, super easy to look after. Anybody that watches us regularly, you'll have heard us talk about the oleander so many times because they are such a fantastic plant for you to have in your garden. Pots, borders, it really doesn't matter where you're going to plant these. Just plant them and enjoy them all summer long because they really are gorgeous. And do remember, they are toxic. Don't eat them. Don't let your pets eat them either.
Absolutely beautiful. So 680058 if you want to go for your oleanders. Please make sure you do not eat any part of that plant. Fuchsias. Don't eat any part of this either. Fuchsia's available for you as well. This is a tremendous deal that we've got for you because this is a buy one, get one free. You have got a tremendous deal. Now, We're not sure which ones you're going to get. It's kind of like a lucky dip. It's a nice little surprise for you. 450008 is your item number. 2 of these you're going to get for £22.49. And they come, they're the beautiful kind of tree-shaped ones that we can get. And we can kind of, you said we could kind of groom them a little bit to...
You can. So these are the sort of standard variety. And if you want them even more in the standard variety, all you need to do is remove some of these lower branches so that you can create a standard look like this. But flowering all summer long, absolutely unmistakable, gorgeous fuchsia flowers that you get on here, and really easy to look after. Fuchsias tend to be quite hungry plants though, so do feed well. Do feed well throughout the summer, do feed well throughout the spring, but look after these. They are not hardy, they are frost tender. So come the winter time or autumn, when the spring, whenever we start getting the frosts basically, hopefully it'll be fine. Do you know what? Normally it's way into November for the majority of us, isn't it? Because October tends to be quite a mild time of year. So yeah, just once the frosts come, do something to look after them, and then you'll hopefully be able to get those to come back next year for you as well.
Absolutely brilliant. 450008 if you want to go for your flowering fuchsia trees. Buy one, get one free. £24.99 or £22.49 sorry, if you are in the club. Make sure you join the club. You can sign up today, £5, and if you sign on the auto-renew subscription, it'll only ever be £5 for you as well. 10% saving plus other offers and goodies throughout the course of the year. We've got our an Acer.
An
for
Acer,
you love
yes.
an Acer.
I do love an Acer. It is absolutely beautiful. We'll come back to that one in a second. We need to go to Garden Readies.
We're coming over to the Garden Readies.
Everyone's loving it.
Oh, these! I'm not surprised they're popular. Number one, you have got a tremendous deal in the fact they're only £4.99 for a lot of these, but then also the fact that you get such kind of bang for your buck. You get so much for a fiver, okay? So we're going to start with the mini butterflies.
No, do you know what? I'm going to start with Geranium Fire Queen. He's asking me to pick my favourite, and that is really tricky. I'm only going with this one because I've planted these. I absolutely adore them. I love this. Stu, I'm sure there's a more
She's stamping her foot,
video.
Stu. I am next to her in the potting shed, Stu. She's stamping her foot. I'm scared.
I'm sure there's a more recent video, because I think that was the earliest video I sent you, and I'm sure there's a more recent one. Yeah, there's one called Fire Queen Update. That one!
Thanks,
Look!
Stu.
What it's given you is a sneaky peek of my hanging basket. I mean, honestly, this display was probably 3 weeks ago. It looks even better now. The Geranium Fire Queens are absolutely gorgeous. They're bright, they're zingy, they're gorgeous red, but it's that zonal foliage where the flowers stand up proud from it. But it's the two things that really do make me adore these. And if you've got gaps in your borders, if you've got some, look at my hostas in the background. If you've got some pots that just, haven't been filled yet, some gaps in your borders, grab yourself a pack of any of these Garden Readies. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm going to recommend the Fire Queens because they are absolutely stunning, and they're only £4.99 or £4.49 if you're in the club.
They are stunning. They are so beautiful. Really lovely.
Bright, gorgeous, beautiful flowers.
Well established. You can see a good root system on them as well. You're getting 10 of the plug plants. You're getting 10 of the Garden Ready plants, and they're kind of really well put together to give you these balls of colour. And like Bex did, you can see if you potted them up well, you can use them to create another effect by that kind of like semicircle of colour you've got around.
It's that nice tiered effect that I've got. So previously it was literally just the cypress conifers in those pots out the front of my house, which looked lovely. But what I decided to do was plant some of the lobelia around, underplanting those, and then the Fire Queens underneath. So I've created this lovely tiered effect going on. So there's lots of ways you can use them, just in pots all by themselves, in your borders, filling in those gaps. Window boxes, these would work great in. You could even put them into the top of hanging baskets if you know you've got some space in the top of your hanging baskets, because they'd stand nice, tall and proud. They are quite versatile, and of course they can be perennial. So if you look after them over the winter, you can get them to come back next year. You can take cuttings from them to get them to come back as well. So there's lots of stuff you can do with these.
And they're a fiver.
Yeah.
Well, a bar
That's
a penny.
the best bit, right?
Or £4.49 if you're in the club. That's for 10 of the Garden Ready plants for you as well. So 410064 is your item number if you want to go for your Fire Queens. Make sure you add them into your basket, but we've got other Garden Readies available for you as well. So if you're thinking, that's not quite my thing, or I want a different colour, we can do that for you as well. So which ones are we going to go for?
Anti-rhinum, the mini butterflies.
Okay, so the Antirrhinum mini butterfly mix that you've got, 410048 is your item number. Again,
Where's
you're going to
that
get
pack?
10. It's down here.
Right, so
Here's one I prepared earlier. This is the ones that I've been growing. This is Bex's growth.
Craig just brought these ones into the studio for us, into our potting shed, because, I mean, I'm assuming these have come off the nursery as well. So it could be that you're getting these. Or you might be getting some that are just about to come into flower and bloom for you. But either way, wowza, look at the kind of display that you're going to get from these. They're a slightly shorter version of the usual Antirrhinum. So these are what we'd call a dwarf version. They're the mini butterflies mix. But it is a beautiful array of colours. Those deep, kind of bold, rich, ruby red colours in there. You've got peaches, you've got pastel pinks, you've got yellows, you've got whites included in there. It's one of those ones that sort of open in succession along the stem of the flower, which I really do love. I just think that adds an extra dimension of interest in your garden. And these are fantastic, again, for a multitude of places. So maybe I mean, they're supposed to get to about 25 centimetres. These look a little bit taller than that, but sort of 25, 30 centimetres maybe. So yeah, in window boxes perhaps, or front of borders, or in pots all by themselves. It's up to you, but yeah, I think they're gorgeous. They were really popular for us just a couple of weeks ago, so I imagine they're going to stay that way this week.
Staggering.
Particularly at £4.99.
I think it'd be £4.99 if you want to go for a pack of 10. 410048 is your item number for those ones. Website, YouGarden.com, quickest and easiest way. Click on Watch Live, go through, fill your boots with your baskets. If you get to £40, it's going to be free delivery for you, but if you don't worry, your delivery's not going to go over that one delivery charge, and I think the most it will be on this show is £6.99. So absolutely great. So
your favourite next?
The Gazania. I love these. I think they're so beautiful. I love I was saying, I think there's a little bit of attitude. A little bit of attitude on these, but I like the colours of them. I like the vibrancy of them. I like the contrasting colours in the pack as well.
These are so, I mean, they're silky as well. When you feel the petals on there, they're very, very soft and silky to the touch. Now, actually, they close up at night time, so in the dark, they will close up, and then in the light, they will open up as well. They're free flowering. They flower for absolutely ages. From about June through to October is how long they will flower for. And they are very, very undemanding. All they want is to be put into a bright, sunny position. Do a little bit of deadheading to try and encourage extra blooms to come through, and these will survive mild winters. I did plant these several years ago. I can't remember when, but it was a few years ago, and they did come back for me for a few years. A particularly harsh winter then knocked them out. This is the tray we had earlier. This is the picture Stu took earlier. That's what they looked like earlier on.
Which way round? I need that way round.
Hang on, let's turn it. Yeah, that's the way round. We just left them outside for half an hour. You can see how they've started to open up. Some are still closed, but some of them are opening up because they've been out in the light. Honestly, it does make a difference, and it's lovely to see that happen if you're sitting out in the evening watching them close up, or if you go out in the morning and they open up. I love them. I think they're really, really
And I just imagine all the bees buzzing around those. They're absolutely going to love that. Yeah. I think they're superb. I think they're definitely a must-have. I want to go for those ones for sure.
Yeah, they're a bit drought tolerant as well, so those aren't really divas when it comes to their watering needs. They can cope.
Okay, nice. 410060 is your item number if you wanted to go for those. 449 if you're in the club, or 499 if you're not in the club. The Marigold Durango mix we've got for you as well. So again, it's a nice colour mix as well. You can see how you can tie these colours together.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you're shopping, and if your basket is only kind of almost getting up to that sort of £37, £38 marker, just add these in, have 10 plants, and don't pay for your postage, because as soon as you go £40 over, you're not going to have to pay for your delivery cost. How good is that?
Totally. Yeah, it's the best way of doing it. I know our regulars know how to shop and get the most out of it, but if you are new to us, these are the kind of tips that we want to get across to you. Look at the roots on that. Rooty beauty right there. The Marigold Durango mix means you are getting those gorgeous mixture of colours. You've got russets, you've got gorgeous reds, you've got yellows, you've got oranges included in there. I love marigolds. I never used to. I'm going to be honest. I thought marigolds marigolds were just a bit bleh. But actually, I have seen them used to great effect. I absolutely adore the colour mix. They're bright, they're zingy, and they're really long-lasting. Nice sturdy stems, good bushy foliage on there as well, and great at flowering right late into the season, because these just keep going right the way through to October and into November. They're one of the latest flowering ones that certainly I've seen in other people's gardens.
I love as well, you put these into a pot like you can see here.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And you just get this massive array of colour. And if you're, you're clever with how you put them in, then you can kind of make that beautiful patterns throughout your colour as well. 410072 is your item number for your Marigold Durango mix. It's $4.99 or $4.49 if you're in the club for us. So, website, YouGarden.com. If you have a look on the website, you'll be able to see everything that we've got on the show, and there's so much that we haven't even been able to go to on the show as well. There is deal upon deal and offer upon offer. You must make sure you put the code in, YGTV6424. That'll bring you through. Click on live. There's your show. So, professional compost. Now, oh, by the way, don't forget, you'll also get your ultimate rose bloom booster. That's your free gift. So that'll come into your basket. That's for free for you. But Strolch, we've been speaking about that. If you need to get some of that ready for the winter time coming up, we've got that there. The red grapevine we haven't managed to go to. Maybe that'll appear this show, or maybe it'll appear on Sunday. I'm super excited about that one. But if you go down, here we go. Look at these now. $4.99, the marigold mix, the tiger stripe mix that you've got there, ready to plant up. 10 plants are going to be with you, ready to go. We've got the white oleanders, those fragrant evergreen clematis, the kimikos that we spoke about. I mean, it's deal upon deal upon deal. Oh, here we go. Price has changed. Thanks, Stu. On it. $14.99 if you wanted to go for one. Or there is two for 20 bar a penny. $19.99. How fantastic is that? £10 per oleander bush if you wanted to go for those. That is tremendous. The prices are absolutely phenomenal. The quality of what you're getting is the best I have seen. And I've been looking around some garden centres recently, and I bought a few things from garden centres to go in my garden. And everything, it was very slim pickings, and what I did find I had to hunt for. Yeah. I had to hunt and hunt and hunt to find out the right stuff. But what we've got here, and so if I say, look at our fatsias, right? You've got 3 fatsias that are going to come in your collection that you've got here. You get one of each different type that would be included here. But look at how good they are, how well they're established, and then the price that you've got them for, $19.99. It's great value for money for such good quality product.
Incredibly, yeah. And 3 different varieties, 3 very distinct varieties. Unfortunately, we have got 2 of the same that we're showing you here, so we will get that changed. You will get 3 different ones. You've got the spider's web. I adore this. This is one I've got in my garden. I love the variegation. I love that splash of different colour that you've got there.
Yeah.
You're also going to get the japonica, that bright... In fact, that's not the japonica, is it? That one is the camouflage. It's the japonica that we're missing. So this one is the camouflage. This is the bright yellow, sort of green coloured leaves that you've got on there. You've got splashes of darker edges. It becomes more pronounced as the plant matures and grows as well. And then you also get the japonica, which is that kind of more... a consistent green colour, really glossy evergreen foliage that you've got there. Fatsias are just so easy to look after because they're really not fussy about soil type. Clay soil, they're fine. There's the japonica. So the soil type, not bothered. They'll even grow in clay soil as well. The flowers, I find, are absolutely fascinating, and I love that this is a later flowering one. This one's sort of into October and November time, so nice winter interest here, but also great source of pollen for the late pollinators in the garden as well. So 3 varieties, really lush, really tropical, and super easy to look after. Very dramatic, I think.
I was just looking at which one I have.
Yeah, I think you've got the japonica.
I think I've got the japonica.
Yeah, the kind of more uniform green colour, glossy, and I love that glossiness.
Yeah, really nice. And it I quite like as well how clever it is that it really does grow out. So the leaves will grow out and then they'll come away and they find their own little spots, so it naturally gives a good shape. Yeah, it's quite clever like that. I really like that. I was just looking at the picture of mine when I got there. So I think they're really beautiful and great for filling a gap Great, clean, simple.
Totally.
And like mine is a shady spot. It's a shady spot, and it has just thrived.
Yeah, that's a really good
has.
point. Sorry, I forgot to say that. But actually, it's one that really does do well in a more shady spot. It'll cope in a sunny spot, not a problem. But actually, it's quite a valuable one to put in those shady areas because those can be really tricky to fill. And if you're bored of ferns and you don't want to put any more ferns in, and these work really nicely with ferns as well. So you can have that sort of lush, jungly, tropical feel. You can have some lower ferns growing down below. It's a lovely combination.
And that's what we do. We've got some ferns in there as well. And I tried lots of different grasses and things down there, and I just thought I've put too many in. It doesn't look quite right, and I was like, it's not really much.
Doesn't really
and
do
you
it.
have to kind of find what works. And it's taken me a few years to be able to find what I like. But that has worked really beautifully in that spot. I'm like, great, that's that bit of the garden. You know this. You find that spot of your garden that you're going, Okay. Have you got one of those?
I have got one of those. I put some ferns in it.
You got one of them spots, you go, what am I going to do with that? And then you figure out the right thing for it. Well, that's what we've got here. So these are our garden readies to go. You're going to get 3 of the fatsias for £19.90, one at 99p, one of each of those varieties for you. 511549 is your item number if you do want to go.
I'm going to get the iPad.
Oh, Beck's going to get the iPad. Good point. If you've got any emails, email them through to the studio, ygtv@yougarden.com. Send them through. If you've got any pictures, send them through. We'll have a look at them, which we've been doing. And I love being able to see into your gardens and see what you do with what you can get from YouGarden here.
So you want Sue's email first, Sue? Oh, you're sorting that one out. Sue is sorting that one.
Stu is sorting that one. Sue is on the email.
Sue's asking a question about the Kimiko clematis. He's sorting it. He'll come back to you. Don't worry. Right, let's start at the bottom. Elaine sent us some pictures. Elaine, let's have a look. Oh, look at that shot.
Oh, pretty.
So we've got some beautiful pink roses here. They look really gorgeous. Look at that.
Really lovely. That deep green foliage on there as well.
Love it. Yeah, that's really pretty. I don't know if she told me what variety that was. No, she didn't. But we don't care. We just like looking at flowers, mate. It's fine. We love it. Oh, more roses over here. Oh, look at those.
Look at the blooms on that.
Look at the petals.
Look at that yellow. See how the difference of that colour?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that though.
I do.
I really like it when you get a few different things going on at the same on the same one. They're really pretty. In our Diablo pot as well. Look at that. That looks really nice.
We have got pots on the show as well, guys. So go on the website and have a look if you need some pots. We've got a lot on there.
More roses from Elaine. Elaine's a regular. She tunes in every single time. That one is stunning, isn't it? That could even be the Baccarat rose, maybe. I don't know. It's got a lush kind of deep colour to it.
Reminds me of my old school blazer, like a burgundy.
Like a burgundy colour, yeah. It's gorgeous.
Very different, that colour, isn't it?
Nice. And we've got one more from Elaine as well. Let's have a look. I bet it's another rose. Oh, it isn't. There's a title in this one, so I know which one this one is. This is the Acer Moonrise. Oh, you must have just got that from us, Elaine, because that looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that.
They are beautiful.
I love a moonrise.
I love Acers. I think I do adore them. I quite like the very delicate, spiky kind of leaf.
Yeah, the dissected leaf. Yeah, like the emerald lace is a beautiful one. That's the green coloured one. I really like that one.
I had one of each.
Just all of them.
Just didn't like.
Just give me them all.
Just didn't like my
Who sent this? Karen in Lincolnshire. Pictures of dahlia, raspberry ripple, calla lilies, and my first crop of Charlotte potatoes. Oh, and I've forgotten. Hold on. I'm coming round, Stu.
What have you forgotten?
Coming round. Sorry, I'm coming back.
Oh, I think she's got some. What have we got? Potato. Oh no. Oh.
I wanted to bring in, and I completely forgot about this. This is my first crop of my beautiful strawberries.
Look at that.
Do you want a strawberry? From my garden, hand-grown. Hand-grown.
Straws are in there. This is what's great. I love it when you grow it yourself, when you have your own fruit and veg, when you use your garden. We were going to do some strawberry growing as well, because I kind of was thinking about
do you like strawberries?
Making a bit more for it. I'll have a strawberry. Excuse me.
Oh, that one's sweet.
That is sweet. Woo!
Aren't they nice?
You do not get a strawberry like that in the supermarket.
Anyway, so sorry. It's only because Karen said that.
Sorry, no, to digress. I went to buy some strawberries, right?
Yeah.
Do you know where my strawberries came from?
Spain?
No. Kenya.
Oh my word. Kenya. Flown in from Kenya.
I was like, really? I was like, I'm pretty sure I could have had that somewhere else. It was absolutely crazy. But didn't taste like this. Didn't have that pop.
This is the beautiful thing of growing your own. So sorry, Karen was saying, Dahlia Raspberry Ripple, Calla Lilies, first crop of Charlotte potatoes, and she loves the show. Thank you so much, Karen. We love that you
thanks,
love it
Karen.
as well.
That's really nice.
So yeah, look, Calla Lilies growing there.
Oh, look at all the succulents.
Yeah, look at these.
They're pretty. I love succulents. I had some in a huge, great big pot, and then I've changed and moved them around a bit now.
Wow, those dahlias are looking amazing. More Calla Lilies
those Calla Lilies there look really nice, don't they?
Oh my word, yeah, that's a nice little corner. Look at all those pots. She's got all those pots from us.
Little collection.
Those grey ones down the bottom. What were they called?
Again, that's really nice though. How you can do something with pots and just clustering them together.
Yeah, that lovely tiered bit.
Oh,
wow. So I love this. It is the Wonderwall, isn't it? So we actually sell the Wonderwall. I don't know if this is ours or if this is someone else's, but yeah, look at that. Look at the effect that creates. Isn't it pretty? Love that. Yeah, and you can keep your 9 centimetre pots and just slot them in.
Oh.
And then it makes it really easy to change it over because you just take it out and then put something else in. So you can seasonally
very, very
change
clever.
it over.
You imagine if if you put strawberries in that, you'd have a wall of strawberries, like the tray. If you bought the tray of strawberries.
You could totally. These are still from Karen, so this is her first crop of her Charlotte potatoes as well. Oh. Whoa! Look at that. I love your collapsible bowl too. I love those.
Can I tell you a really quick story about potatoes?
Go.
Okay, quick story. So I did a marathon a couple of weeks ago, and it was actually long. It was 28. It was longer than a marathon. But anyway, so about mile 19, I'd had a couple of really difficult miles beforehand. So I turned up at this aid station, running across country, and I was putting some stuff in one of my water bottles, and this woman went, "Oh, we've got some salted buttered potatoes here as well." And I went, "What?" I was a bit aggressive because I was a bit itchy at that point. I was like, "Where are they?" And she said, "They're here." And she looked a bit scared. And I put one of these potatoes in my mouth and turned around to this woman and went, "Who made these?" She went, "I did." I went, "You are an amazing woman. You are a goddess." And then inhaled a few more potatoes and went, "They're the best thing I've ever had in my life." And I've never been so excited by a new potato in all my life. And they look perfect.
They do,
I need new potatoes, or I'll go and buy them right after this show. So actually, if you're close by and they're still going, can I have them? Because I could do with them for tomorrow.
We've had an email back from Kevin and Julie who says, "Hi Bex, not sure if it's great minds or tools never differ, but aces are exactly what we are putting in the gap you pointed out on our work in progress."
Oh, lovely.
I'm so pleased.
Oh, that's great. I love it. You get top tips, you work with it, and you solve a problem. I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, apparently I need to scroll down and show a picture of Stu's hedgehog. Is it the Rose email or the Fuchsia's email? No, it's not that one. Bit further.
Are you hunting for
further.
a
I'm
rose
hunting
picture?
for Stu. Done it. There we go. Stu. Oh! He's got a hedgehog in the picture.
Oh, there's a hedgehog. Look at that.
Oh, look.
Adorable.
Was that this morning, Stu? A couple of nights ago. Oh.
We had a hedgehog
you need to
appear
mow
in
your
our
lawn, don't
garden
mind, don't worry.
randomly. They are lovely.
Look at that. That's so cute. Look, you've got the hanging basket up there. You've got, wow, that's a big old palm you've got going on there. Is that
is a whopper,
bamboo
isn't it?
you've got going in the back
that's
there?
Bamboo.
Hydrangea underneath. Oh, yeah, it's looking good. Like your garden, Stu.
Wow, look at that.
Very nice.
Green-fingered stew.
It's not, it's green-fingered Sam.
Oh,
Sam's the gardener. Stu buys the plants, Sam plants them.
And you're not
That's how
allowed near it,
works.
Stu, is that
No,
the thing?
he's not allowed to touch it.
Oh. Right, we are going to give you a little bit of an opportunity to have a little check out, have a little peruse while you take a look at this.
No, you're talking.
Oh, I'm talking over it. I'm not going to take a look at anything. Well, you are. I'm just going to talk, apparently. Here we go. See, you can tell me. At least you know it's live. Right, so let's have a look at some of your absolute favourites from the show. So we're starting with our Marigold Durango mix. 10 of your garden-ready plants for £4.99 or £4.49 if you're in the club. Now the prices are going to be the same for the garden readies that we're going to show you. But this is a beautiful array of colour. Such a wonderful mix as well. The yellows, the oranges, that kind of burnt rust kind of colours you've got. Put them in a pot together, make a beautiful ball of colour. Or if you wanted to, you could put them into your beds and borders at the front to give it that little bit of pop to break up the greenery if you wanted to. 410072 is your item number if you do want to go for those ones. We're going to go on to my faves though, the Gazanias. I love these, I think they're beautiful. The Tiger Stripe mix. A couple of different colours that you've got there, same price that you've got, still 10 of the garden ready plugs. 410060 is your item number if you wanted to go for these. Apparently these open and close up throughout the course of the day. So at night time they close up, daytime they open up. But I just think they're so funky. I think they're really cool. I love the kind of shape that you get to them, and I love the variety in the mix. Really, really nice. Beck's favourite, the Geranium Fire Queen. Same price, 410064 if you wanted to go for these 10 garden ready plants. They're going to grow into these beautiful balls of colours that you can see there, that beautiful, strong, bold, kind of passionate red that you can see here, and then that textured foliage that you've got there as well, that kind of two-tone foliage makes a really beautiful addition to your garden. We've got your anti-rhinums, the mini butterfly mix. 410048 if you want to go. Now these are a little bit smaller, they're kind of like, they're not kind of dwarf, but they're mini ones, okay? Beautiful colours that you've got here. I love how the flowers, they kind of progress up the stems and open up periodically. So again, it's a little bit more kind of excitement, a bit more theatre that you've actually got in your garden there. And you're going to get a mix of the different colours as well. So you'll have some of the peaches, the reds, the pinks, the yellows and the whites. Really is a wonderful mix that you've got there. 410048 if you wanted to go for that. Now we're going to step up a great offer that we've got. This is a buy one get one free on our flowering fuchsia trees that you've got. Now it's a bit of a lucky dip as to the colours you're going to get. You might get the light pink, this is the purple one, this is the fave, this is the one that I always remember from my dad's garden when I was a kid. $22.49, but it's a buy one get one free. That's the club price, or it's going to be $24.99 if you're not in the club. 450008 is your item number, and that's for 2 of those that you're going to be getting. The next one is going to be the Canna Lily mix. You're going to get 1 of each of these. This one that you're looking at is the red gold flame that you can see, and I love this. It's such a beautiful colour. You've got the peach colour, and then you've also got the bronze kind of foliage, and then you've got the scarlet, which is that deep colour that you're going to see in the next one. Look at that. Wow. £14.97 or £13.47 if you're in the club. That's going to be for 3, 1 of each, 9cm pots that you've got there for the Canna Cova collection. That's for the lilies. 450164 is your item number if you wanted to do for that. So we're going to, this is the first time I've really kind of seen these. Obviously I've seen them as cut flowers. This is the Pink Pussy Willows that we've got. £9.99 for 3 is phenomenal value for money, but this is actually only £8.99 if you're in the club. 511323. And Bex was saying these come out earlier in the year. I think she was saying it's kind of January through to April, May kind of time, I think. So a little bit of colour, that kind of grayer time of the year, get you out in the garden, get you doing some of your jobs, but I just think they're kind of quirky and great for cuts. So you could cut them off and you could use them in the house. You could put them as some extra kind of decoration. So really, really beautiful options for you. Now the last and final one that we're just going to give you a little review of before we move on, because we've only got about 20 minutes left. Where has the time gone? So this is our Purple Eye. 561285 is your item number. Double up deal, 2 for $14.98 or 1 for $9.99. Club price is $8.99 if you wanted to go for these ones. But we're going to go back to one of your absolute favourites of the show, which has been the buy one get one free of the rose collections that we've got. We've got four climbing.
4 climbing.
5 bush
roses.
Buy one get one free. Mix and match. 2 are the same. It's completely up to you. All of them are the same price. All you've really got to do is pick whether or not you want climbing, and then it's the colour. That's really what you want to go for.
Yeah.
So Stu is playing a game with us. He says we've got one guess which is the favourite, and apparently there's a clear winner at the moment.
Oh, it's come from behind. Okay, so that changes what I'm going to say. Okay, it's going to be...
I know.
It's going to be the purple one. It's going to be our Rhapsody in Blue.
I'm going to say...
Not. Apparently it's not.
I'm going to say it's the one next to the Rhapsody in Blue, my favourite.
This one, the Wellbeing.
Wellbeing.
Are you right?
Yes! Come on!
You're not coming back.
Yeah. You guys? Yes.
Well done, well done.
It's so beautiful, that colour though. And if you've bought that one, let me know, have you been looking for something that kind of colour and you've not been able to find it elsewhere? Because I couldn't find something like that elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful.
It is, it's a gorgeous colour. It's not a bright yellow, is it? It's kind of an orangey tone yellow. Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely.
Well done you.
Well
But we've
done.
got a variety. So we're going to start with this one though, the oranges and lemons.
Yes.
Because this is a favourite. We're going to look at this one.
Well, we'll look at this one. Obviously, I mean, we do have a sort of mixture of sizes here, but we wanted to bring this one in new so you could see the colours that we're talking about. This colour combination is caused by something called the jumping gene, which used to be a problem, but actually is specifically bred into roses now so that it has that. It makes every single rose absolutely unique and beautiful. It's super interesting. It definitely is going to be standout in borders. All of the roses we're talking to you about, they're all winter hardy, they're all super easy to grow, they're all disease resistant, they all want to be put into a sunny spot, a minimum of 6 hours a day. You can grow these ones in pots or you can grow them in borders. I am doing both and they are all doing fantastically.
Beautiful. I mean, the colours are absolutely staggering. It's like it's been... It's almost like it has been painted.
Yeah.
Like
lovely.
It's been kind of crafted. Someone's gone into your garden and gone, oh, do you know what, that needs a little flash of that. $22.49 if you're in the club. That's the price for buy one, get one free, which works out at £12.50 per rose. If you're not in the club, it's £24.99. Sorry, £24.99. That's £12.50 if you're in the club. If you're not in the club for the roses. If you are in the club, $22.49, which is going to be £11.25.
That's it. Amazing value for money. Honestly, it really is for a potted rose in a 3 litre pot.
We're moving on. 530737 is your item number. That's for the oranges and lemons. Okay, we're going to do our climbing first. So
we're going to do
New
climbing.
Dawn first.
Yeah, so I thought that this was potentially going to be one of the popular ones. It certainly romped away into the lead early on. It is a climbing rose. It's absolutely gorgeous. Remember Lisa and Michael who sent us their beautiful
archway.
Picturesque garden.
Beautiful.
They've got one, they've got 2 of these planted either side of an archway, growing up and over
beautiful.
so that they meet in the middle. This is a great way of being able to do that as a buy one, get one free if you want to go for 2 of the same. This one is gorgeous. It really is one of the best when it comes to climbers. It's not completely thornless, but it is one of the less thorny varieties if that is something that you are interested in. A lovely strong fruity rose scent from this, repeat flowering all the way through from sort of March time when it'll start all the way through to October, and I just love the pink blush tone that you've got with that one.
530185 is your item number for the New Dawn climbing rose if you wanted to go for that one. But we're going to move on to our next climber, which is the Dublin Bay rose that you can see here. And this is kind of the one that... This brings a smile to this woman's face as soon as she thinks of it, because I'm going to go with the colour.
Yeah, I do. I love a red rose. I mean, I obviously, I think there's lots of variety out there, and we all love different colours, but... Excuse me. I just think when you think of a rose, I don't know if it's the romantic in me, but I don't. You think of a rose, you often think of a red rose, don't you? You think of that Valentine's rose, and that's what you're going to get with this one. It is so beautiful.
Yeah.
But of course, remember, it is that climber. It's got an excellent fragrance on this, so we're going to say probably heading into the strong fragrance category. Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit included on this one as well. So this one is an award winner, and yeah, just give it something to climb up. Top tip with the climbers, rather than letting it just go straight up, make it meander, make it bend slightly and go that way. It puts the plant under stress in a good way. The plant thinks it's potentially going to die. It's not going to. So what it does is it throws out more shoots, which means you get a bushier, healthier plant with loads more flowers.
Which is a win-win-win. All right, so that's 530189 is your item number if you want to go for the Dublin Bay one. Don't forget, it's a mix and match between any of the roses that we've got. You don't have to go for the same ones. You can if you want to. But we're going to go over now to our ginger syllabub.
Yeah, the ginger syllabub, I really enjoy this one. In fact, you know the picture that we were just showing? I'm so sorry, I've completely forgotten who it was. Was it Adam or was it Elaine? No, somebody sent, no, not that one, Stu. Somebody sent some pictures in. I think it was Elaine. I think that hers was a ginger syllabub, one of the ones that she was showing. That, yeah, the one outside the front door in the Diablo pot. It just looked very, very similar. I love the amount of petals. Oh, it nearly went.
Steady.
I love the amount of petals that you get here, and I really enjoy the colour tone, that peachy colour into the more oranges and yellows in the centre. I think that's really, you'll want to stare at that. You'll want to go and put your nose in it, won't you? Big cut open flowers on there.
It looks like a ball of ice cream. You just want to scoop up into it. It looks so beautiful. 531003 is your item number. The easiest place to go and see all of the roses that we have, because don't forget there's 9 different roses, is the website YouGarden.com, because that's where you can pick and choose which ones you want to go for. And even if you only need one, have another one, put it in a pot, put it somewhere else, or give it else as a wonderful gift to someone.
Yeah,
so
I love that idea.
Moving on, we're going to kind of progress over. So now we're going on to our handle rose.
Yeah, another climbing rose, and this one I think is a real stunner because of the colours that you've got there. Unlike the gentle graduation of colour that you get with that one we just showed, the ginger syllabub, this one is a bit more stark in its contrast, isn't it? Those really bright pink outer edges that go straight into that creamy coloured centre, and the yellow in the centre as well. Really stand out. Gorgeous, vigorous climber. Stunning season-long flower power that you're going to get from this, and that gorgeous glossy foliage, the deep green foliage there, that really make those flowers stand out. Roses are so easy to look after, so much easier than I ever thought they were. Yeah. Now that I've planted roses, I realise how easy they are. I mean, there's some tips and tricks and clever things you can do with pruning, but even if you know nothing about what you're doing, roses forgive you.
They do. They are really, and it's kind of intuitive. You look at it and go, oh, that looks like that flower's kind of done. Oh, I'll take that flower away.
Chop.
And you go, oh, that leaf looks a little sad. I'll just take that leaf off. It's very simple. And you go, oh, it's gone a bit far over that side.
Chop it off.
and the rose goes, all right, I'll grow here instead. And it's great. That's what's brilliant about them. 530184 is your item number for the handle if you wanted to go for that. One of the favourites from earlier on, the Rhapsody in blue, which isn't blue, and you can't say it's just purple, Tim, because it's not just the purple, but it is, wow, a statement piece, a statement colour. I
really do think it is. I said earlier, I think there's one in a garden just round the corner from here at the nursery. I drive past it every time, and every time I come to work here, and it really does draw my attention. That colour, I think, is so unusual. Yes. I don't think you see it very often with roses, personally. I haven't seen it grown in very many gardens at all, but the one that I see on the way here, it's obviously a mature one. It's been growing for quite a while. There's so many flowers on it, and it's stunning.
It kind of also as well how you really can almost, you can see the veins through the petals on them as well. Just gives it that little bit more character, because you can't always do that.
Character and interest, yeah.
530182 is your item number. That's the Rhapsody in blue, if you wanted to go for that one. Now, if your basket isn't quite over £40, you won't get free delivery. If you hit £40 or over, free delivery, it's on us. However, if you're nearly there, go for some of the garden readies. £4.99, or £4.49 if you're in the colour. You want to go for the Gazanias, they're my favourites because they're staggering. But if you want to go for the Marigold collection. You
Yeah,
could do that as well. They're there as well
Durangos.
for you. We've got the Durangos there if you want to go for that. We have got anti-vine. There's so many options there for you. $4.99. That will get you your free postage. So make sure you add it in. And don't forget, you will also be getting your Ultimate Bloom Boost for free with every order that comes in as well. So that's with every order you'll be getting a pack of that for you. And you said use that annually for the roses.
Annually for the roses, but you can use it for feed for other plants in your garden as well.
All right, here's our favourite, the Wellbeing.
You spotted it first, didn't you? You did say that this one was going to be it.
I think it's beautiful.
He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous colour, isn't it? It's quite
beautiful.
a classy yellow. It's not a bright sunshine yellow. It's a classy colour. Now, it's got exceptionally large flowers on this one. It is really, really beautiful, petalicious, a strong aroma from this one, really picturesque. You actually get, and you can see it on that one, you get a lovely sort of pink outer to the petals on here. It evolves to those gorgeous yellow amber colours in the centre. It is going to repeat flower for you all the way through from normally around, well, it depends where you are, but normally around sort of end of May, June time into October, maybe even into November. My Arthur Bell had flowers on it in December. Only one or two, but it did. It had flowers on it in December.
Good on.
That's how, the seasons are changing for us. But yeah, a really decent long flowering season. Disease resistant, and check out the foliage as well, because this isn't just green. You've got some lovely kind of burgundies on there as well. I think it's nice and interesting.
The amount of buds that are on there is absolutely crazy. 541-009. Now I've got a feeling something's going to happen.
Stu wants to hijack
Stu
us.
is going to do. Oh, what's he seen? Right, heavy duty pots. Yes, down the front. Yeah. Yes, right. Yeah. Okay, heavy duty pots. Yeah, everyone loves them. We know that. They're amazing. They're... Oh, stop it.
We have not
What?
dropped the price. Stop it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so your heavy duty pots, we know them, we love them, we trust them. You use them for 101 different things around the garden. They're normally £19.99, £20, £5 a pot. Great, brilliant. YouGarden TV, £17.99. Price is down. What? No, £14.99.
Oh my! What?
I thought it was.
I thought you were saying they were $17.99.
I thought it was £17.99.
No.
So what's that? £3.50 a pot.
Wow. All right, that is a great
Get 'em in your basket.
deal. I do hope everybody has stayed watching to the end and people haven't tuned out, because that is a stonking deal.
Load them up.
Load them up.
So when I was talking about going to the garden nurseries with my dad, we used to buy plants that came in those tubs, right? And my dad, one of the easiest ways, because we used to buy some pretty heavy duty stuff, he was like, oh, look, we can't get it out because it was so bad. He was like, we're going to cut the pot. And we had to use knives and cut the pot out to get the trees and things out of them. And he was like, I don't want to cut the pots. I want to use the pots. It wasn't allowed. He wouldn't let me do it. So I had to spend so long working everything out, teasing these things out of these pots, because he did not want anything to happen to those pots. You can get them for £14.99 for 4. And Stu's actually telling me that there's a lot of places that want those pots back.
Yeah.
And there are some of those people we get delivered if they're like, oh, I'll just pop that off for you. Because they know that people want those pots. You've got a deal. You've got an absolute. We've got 2 more roses that we need to show you as well. We've got the Lady Marmalade rose and we've got the Iceberg rose to show you as well. We're starting marmalade. Marmalade's in. Marmalade? Marmalade.
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 It's marmalade if you're singing the song, isn't it?
Marmalade. Well, I don't know.
We don't care. I don't mind what you call it. I want you to call it absolutely beautiful. That's the first thing. Because look at the colour of that. That's a coral, isn't it? That's a coral pink. I adore that colour.
Really
it's
pretty.
really, really beautiful, isn't it? And just beautiful. Rose of the Year in 2014 as well. So it is an award winner. Produces really consistent displays of this lovely kind of coral colour flower there. It repeat flowers all the way through the season. Really tough, really resistant. Definitely do a bit of deadheading. That is one thing you do need to keep on top of with your roses. It's not a daily job, but do just keep on top of that deadheading, because it will. Once you cut off the faded flower, it tells the plant to send up a new one. So the more regularly you do it, the more consistent your flowering will be over that season.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that we're starting to sort of really get on. And we kind of, what we tend to do is when we think the bloom goes, oh, that's beautiful, we've got a few more days of that.
Yeah,
we're like,
take it then.
We're like, snip, inside the house it goes. And we've got little, tiny,
perfect.
singular, and we just put little singular roses all around the house. And it's beautiful, and that is one of the perfect ones to do it with. Really, really is. So that's 530749 is your item number for the Lady Marmalade if you want to go for that one. Buy one, get one free, so whichever one you're going to pick. Maybe it's going to be the Iceberg. That's our final rose for you. And we're saying about white colours in the garden.
Absolutely adore it. I mean, the Iceberg is going to mix and match with any of the roses that you choose, because that's the beauty of picking a white colour. Because, there's no clash of colour at all. White goes with absolutely everything. And it's super classy as well, isn't it? I think it'd be perfect as a memorial rose. I think it'd be great as a celebration rose as well, if those are the reasons that you are choosing roses for your garden. I just think it's delightful. Sometimes it gets a little blush pink around the edge on here, but generally we are talking about that pure white rose against that lovely dark green glossy foliage. Absolutely adore this one, and it has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit.
Yeah, that is absolutely staggering. 530179 is your item number if you want to go for your Iceberg, which, like Bex is saying, really will team up and go beautifully with any of the other ones. It's a buy one, get one free on your roses. It's $24.99 if you want to go for one, or $22.49 if you want to go for one, but they're going to give you another rose. Pick and choose which one you want. It's a mix and match. It doesn't have to be that. The Wellbeing is your clear favourite today. Congratulations if you are going for the Wellbeing, because it is a gorgeous one. As are all of the roses we have here. The standard and the quality, I saw it this morning. I was lucky enough to go out in there. It is absolutely beautiful. 531009 is your item number. Go to the website. You're going to go to YouGarden.com. Click on that button, live now, or the YouGarden TV one. That will bring you through to our show. Have a look at everything we've got. Don't forget, you must put the code in to be able to get hold of all of these deals, which is YGTV 2624.
That's correct.
2624 2624, and then that's where you are going to be able to get all of the wonderful deals that we've got. Buy one, get one free. Get your heavy duty pots, £14.99.
I love that price.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's like getting one for nothing, Stu's saying. And it's true, because they're normally £4.99 each, aren't they? So
wow.
it's like getting one free.
Don't argue, just take advantage,
do
guys.
it.
Take advantage of it. But we are going to finish with our oleanders. So 2 white oleanders. This is a kind of buy one, double up deal, sorry, this one, isn't it? So you've got one, £14.99, or 2 for £19.99, 680005.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic price on one because it is half price. But then if you do want to go for 2, if you want that pairing, that symmetry either side of something, or maybe it's that you want one but you want to give one as a gift. So what a wonderful gift, because this is a plant that they're going to have for many, many years. I'm not sure we've actually taken one of these out of the pot yet, but I do want to do that, because we often talk about the quality of the oleanders, and the Sicily-based grower, who is the best grower in the business, you know, and this is why we work with them. But that root structure at the bottom there really shows you what we're talking about. They are healthy, they are white, they are fibrous roots, and they are raring to grow in your garden. They're also multi-stemmed. Most of them have 3 stems, 3 sets of 3. That one's got 3 and a 3 and a 2. But most of them that we've been looking at are multi-stemmed like that. It's like 8 or 9 stems basically is what you're getting. Foliage all the way down to the bottom here as well. Evergreen that you get on here. So as somebody who's got a lot of deciduous plants in their garden, because I do love my acers, I have realised I need to mix in a few more evergreen plants in there, because it just looks like a plant graveyard in my garden over winter sometimes. So I do need to get a bit more evergreen in there. So yeah, these are evergreen. They flower for ages, and my favourite thing to tell you is they thrive on neglect. You don't need to do too much to them at all. Little bit of deadheading might be, you know, a good thing, because it will keep those flowers coming through for you all the way through the summer, but in the most part it's very much not much that you need to do.
So who said that?
Dingo.
Stu? Dingo. Oh, Dingo has said you are right. They used a voucher that didn't think they could use yet, and they were able to get it. They thought they couldn't use it until August, but it's worked today. There you go. Top tips were coming from YouGarden today as well.
That came from the head gardener last week, so I don't feel bad telling everybody, because he told us last week that you can only use 1 per order, I believe, but we often say it's 1 every 3 months. It's not the case. You can use all 4 in one month if you want.
Oh, that been amazing.
I wanted to have a quick look in the chat.
Well, you have a quick look. I'm going to quickly say, from myself, thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in. Thank you so much to your community for welcoming me and for allowing me to come here today. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend my morning with you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden. I hope you enjoy your purchases. Show us more pictures. I hope to see you again soon. Bex, it's been beautiful and wonderful spending some time with you.
I have had a lovely time. Thank you so much for coming.
Much.
Thank you.
And please make sure that you take up all of these wonderful offers that we've got available on our roses, on our garden ready plants. It's been absolutely sensational. Was there anyone else?
Oh, there's loads of people in there and some people asking questions. I'm so sorry we haven't had a chance to answer those. Olwyn, I hope your brother is well. I know you're going to visit him in hospital. Thank you so much for all of your company and your orders today. We really appreciate it. We'll be back on Sunday from 10 o'clock.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, be here Sunday, 10 o'clock like Bex said. You're not going to want to miss out because there's so much more to see and things that we didn't get to.